If you're looking for intellectual, informed basketball takes and you want to bring in media that knows what they're talking about, look no further than
watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks. Paul, Dre, and Allen. Yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet.
Party people!
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us once again this fine Saturday. It's still the morning. And for another audio adventure. 3-man crew today. Shout out to our brother Coach Paul. He's on today, but we still give you this pod. Post Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. All that you celebrate with everyone that you celebrate with. My name is Ro, the host with the mostest, and you know this. Flatbush. Joining me today are my brothers. Below me, the sturdy one, Mr. Consistent, the author, the big man in the middle, America's favorite Haitian uncle, King Dre Sakpase.
All right.
And to my right, the professional, the architect, we call him Morpheus, Alan, the man with the plan.
Big Jersey.
Fellas, happy holidays. How we feeling?
Happy holidays, brother.
Holidays is good. Shout out to my man PR. He out there enjoying that Jamaican weather. We got snowed in.
My man's living. I'm
gonna miss the air horns already. I'm missing them already.
OD. I feel like we're gonna need mad air horns this episode, but we'll see.
That's offending.
Hope y'all had a good holiday, though.
Yeah, man, chilling. Listen, the Knicks won on Christmas, man. I can never complain when the Knicks be winning on Christmas, man. Let me tell you something.
We're gonna get to all of that. Don't you worry. Let's jump right in. You already know how it goes, folks. Segment 1, game of the week. As a reminder, game of the week is not the game we thought was the best game of the week, but we choose a game each week to break down and analyze to provide you that extra analysis for all our basketball nerds out there. This week, a little special. We are going to just go one by one. There were so many games on Christmas, and I know we all had different allegiances and interests. So, Alan and Dre, just break down whatever the game was that you felt like was your favorite game on Christmas. We'll start with you, Dre. Obviously, like you said, the Knicks won on Christmas over the Cavs in MSG. Break that game down for us and our audience.
So there's a lot of moving pieces going into that game, mostly because it was one of the first, if not the first game, that Darius Garland returned. And usually what happens is it's actually the opposite effect of what's happening with the Thunder. That when a central piece returns like that and they've had time without him, a significant time without that player for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, it's hard for them to readjust. But that's not what happened with Darius Garland. He came back, and they started playing phenomenally out of the jump. Like exactly from the jump, just great ball movement. Everybody's moving, balls hitting the right places. Pause. Hold on. Donovan Mitchell starts from the jump just going crazy, absolutely going crazy. I think one of the things is they put him at the primary ball handler to allow Darius Garland to be able to just come in and get shots and get a comfortable flow, which was incredibly intelligent. So starting off, I had to give my hat off to the Cavs because they came out really with an intention to kill the Knicks. They were matchup hunting a little bit. Cat was consistently, as Paul and I have been talking about this entire year, slow to rotate, slow to get to his spots. And Evan Mobley was able to get going. What's his name? Oh my God, I forgot. Jared Allen was able to get going. But the Knicks stayed consistent throughout because we had not only Jalen Brunson going crazy and consistently going crazy, but we had a lot of bench production. All right, coming from that man, Tyler Kolek. I know we talk about exciting whites in LA, but damn it, we got our own exciting white. All right. And he's the truth, man. He's going to be the one. I like the way he plays.
And the whites are not so exciting in Los Angeles these days.
Well, they're exciting in New York because let me tell you something. The way that boy plays basketball, it's just such a holistic game where you watch him and you see him he's always doing the right thing. He's in the right spot. Okay. He's not forcing shots. He's being a disruptor on defense. He's able to make the right reads at the right time. I love the way he plays basketball. I love the way you can look at any stat line from him now that Mike Brown's playing more consistently, and you'll probably see some sort of double-digit scoring, 2 steals, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. That's exactly what I want my 6th or 7th man doing, like consistently. And it makes it so much easier. And it shows that it's easier for the Stars because in the third quarter, Josh Hart twisted his ankle. He's out. He was pivotal in the first 2 quarters to the Knicks, hitting open shots, playing great defense, also being a disruptor. He goes down. Tyler Kolek gets more minutes. He's now the 2 guard going to the 4th, and they're actually able to do a little bit better. I don't know if this is a change that the Knicks need to consider making, bringing Josh Hart back to the bench and putting Tyler Kolek in the starting position. I'm not ready to say that yet, but what I am able to see is, and I've seen it coming from the Knicks a lot this season, they are able to stick with teams. Actually, it's very similar to what the Warriors used to do. They're able to stick with teams, not really go too crazy up until the third quarter, and then by the fourth quarter, they just overload. I mean, everybody starts hitting shots. Jalen, OG, Cat, Bridges, who was not having his greatest game, not because it was bad scoring, but just because they had everybody else doing a lot. But he still played well. And that's the thing about the Knicks. When you have so many pieces that are offensive firepower, it makes us hard to beat. But also the fact I saw 2 really big things that I want to pick up on. Jalen Brunson playing great defense for his size. And by that, I mean he's not getting a bunch of steals. He's not getting a bunch of blocks. But I saw him rotating to every person on the perimeter when it was in his zone. And he was doing it timely. He was doing it efficiently. People had to move on. Even if Donovan Mitchell had 34 points, he's going to get those anyway. He's a great shooter. He's a great player. The fact that Jalen Brunson is just there at the right point, at a certain point, he's going to miss. And it came down to a game where it came down, honestly, to who's going to miss first. And the Cavs missed first. And it was a great win by us. It was a way to stay consistent. I still need to see Cat learn how to rotate properly because he's getting there. He's actually getting better as the year goes on. I think a little bit more time with Mike Brown's going to get him there. But when he's not able to rotate, there's a whole lineup that we have where we have Mitch going out there. And him being able to be reserved, honestly, and come off the bench for crucial defensive moments. We usually see it where guys come in for crucial offensive moments to hit a shot. But we have Mitch coming in for crucial defensive moments. The way we are playing right now, y'all, I'm telling you, it's something special to watch. Everybody's locked in. Everyone's bought in. And that's what that game showed me.
Very nice. Very nice. Alan, what was your favorite game of Christmas Day?
I think my favorite game was honestly the Nuggets and Minnesota game. Obviously, that went into overtime and was maybe the most exciting game. As far as the breakdown goes, man, honestly, it just goes to Jokic. Obviously, we saw his crazy. By the way, Denver won the game in overtime. The score was 138 to 142. It was a really good game for most of the time, but Denver, for most of the game, to me, was in control of it. Right. It wasn't until the fourth quarter that case that Minnesota caught up and tied the game, and that was really through just Anthony Edwards just shot making. He's reached a level now in his game where I consider him like dynamic. What I mean by that is he can just get to like any place on the floor he wants to and get a shot off. Whether he makes his up to him, he may not have the most efficient night, but he's gonna get his shot off. Like he's approaching that type of level of player where you can't stop him from getting from his stops. One-on-one at least, you know what I mean? When you double team him, that's a different story. But he's going to get to the spots on the floor. He's going to get a shot off, and he might make it. He might miss it. But he's been increasingly efficient this year, more so than last year. He's shooting like 40% from three, which is a jump up. And that's what happened in this fourth quarter of the game. He was able to drag him back to a fourth quarter. And they actually got the lead in overtime, but it just came down to Jokic and Murray. That was this whole game was about. Just the two-man game was unstoppable. Jokic's touch is probably the best we've seen. It's up there at least with Kyrie Irving and probably Steph Curry, I would say. But other than that, he has the best touch we've ever seen. Minnesota threw everything they could at Jokic. They couldn't stop him. He was cooking them the whole night. They had Gobert try to cover him one-on-one. That didn't work. They switched it to Naz Reid a couple times. That did not work. They switched it to Jaden McDaniels. That did a little bit better. But Jokic was able to get to the middle of the floor and do his little short-range jump shot that he does. He was able to get back. They couldn't do anything. Against the zone, he was hooking them. Against one-on-one, he was hooking them. It was one of his better performances of the season, honestly. He's out. You said what?
I said maybe ever. I don't think anyone's ever had a stat line like that.
No,
that's the first time for like the 50, 15, and 15. That's the first time it's ever been done. But Jokic, dare I say he's gotten better as a player again. Like he's better than last year. Again, it's like the 6th year that we can say that. 6th year in a row that we can say that. Like there's nothing you can do against that man. Like, and when Jamal Murray is playing at an all-star level like he was that game, there's nothing you could do to stop this team. They were down 3 starters, and they were still able to take care of the Minnesota Timberwolves fairly easy until they lost the lead, right? And again, like I said, on the other side with Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards looks amazing that game. He can get any shot he wants. He's shooting over you. There's nothing you could do. And on the other end, on the defensive end, when he finally started guarding Jamal Murray, they switched it where he was Jamal Murray's primary defender. That's when you stopped the water in Jamal Murray. So the fact that he was that good on the offensive end was very key for them in a crunch time. On defensive end, Anthony Edwards is at a point where his career, we got to look at him and wonder if he's going to be the best player in the world sometime soon. The next 2 years, he might have it because he has it on both ends, which is not anything that other superstars today can really say, like any of the people in like his age range, right? So to me, that game was really just about Jokic, of course, but just a two-man game of Jokic and Murray was really going off, and they just needed it. It wasn't so much about the X's and O's to me. It was about how your 2 stars carried you to a win that you probably desperately needed. Even though you guys are doing good, but to get a win against a team like Minnesota when you're down 3 superstars on Christmas Day, I think is an amazing feat. I think it's an amazing confidence builder for you and your team, especially Jamal Murray, who's been balling out the last couple of weeks. It's something that you need, and that's something that, again, the championship team is kind of made of. So they were able to do a great game, and I have no other notes other than that. It was just an amazing performance for Jokic. Probably the best shooter of the season, maybe of his career, because he shot 71%.
Can I ask just one follow-up question?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm not wrong, Anthony Edwards got ejected in overtime, right?
Yeah, I think that the technical he got, yeah.
Yeah.
Was he?
I think he was ejected.
Okay.
Do you think that changes the outcome? Because like you said, it's the 4th he started cooking. He gets in a flow. and then the refs give him. Honestly, I watched it back, and I truly didn't see a foul. I truly didn't see a foul. But do you think that changes that? Not to take away from anything you said, because everything you said is still facts, whether or not he plays the entire game. But do you think that changes the outcome, or do you think the Nuggets, by the time we got to OT, that Jokic was cooking so well with them that it didn't even matter?
No, it wasn't. I don't think it changed the outcome because the Nuggets actually went down in OT. They went down in OT first. Like the Minnesota Timberwolves came out like blazing in OT. They went up by 9 in overtime, right? But Jokic was so dominant in OT. He had like 18. He had like 18 points in OT, I believe. And the key thing was that Denver got key stops, right? They weren't playing well in the first few minutes of OT. They got key stops and were making threes. That's what really brought them back. So I don't think him getting ejected would have been like a huge like changer. Like if you stood in the game, I don't think any of that would have changed because it's really just about Denver's stops at the end, especially in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
But
right.
I've heard a lot of people say it wasn't a foul too, and Scott Foster was officiating the game, so you know how that goes.
That's the thing.
Oh boy,
Scott Foster's always at the scene of the crime, man.
He's always at the scene of the crime, but it is what it is. That's part of it at this point. You got to be prepared for that.
Scott Foster's like the CIA for real. Let me pipe down.
Hey yo, chill out.
Let me pipe down.
All right. I'm gonna switch it up to round this out and give you my least favorite game of Christmas Day.
That's crazy. Y'all won that game?
And it was the Laker game.
As it should have been, at least.
The Whites have been less exciting as of late. The Lakers are on a 3-game losing streak. And the X and O breakdown is pretty simple. The Lakers struggled for the same reason they've been struggling for about a month now, outside of health, although we did have our 3 stars for half of the game. Austin Reeves did not play the second half, re-aggravated his calf injury. That's scary. If y'all remember earlier in the season, I said that I don't think he built his body to be a number 1, and he had to be a number 1 to start the season. And then he's had to intermittently be number 1 when either Luka or LeBron miss games, which has been fairly regular. Neither of them are on pace to qualify for the 65-game minimum for any awards or anything like that. So that tells you how often we've missed them. And I think, at the top of the month, he was missing a lot of threes, and it looked like he had no legs. And now you see one of his calves are giving out on him. So long-term, that's scary. But we had him for a half, and it was sometimes competitive, but overall, we were completely outmatched for the following reasons. We are food. We are absolutely food, and the word is out in the league about us that we are food. If you are struggling on offense, you pray to play the Lakers because your entire roster is going to get in rhythm. We cannot guard anybody. And it's not a matchup issue. It's not a size issue. It's not a length issue. It's an IQ and effort issue. We have not been able to execute any coverage plan that we've set out a game with. Teams have exploited us in any way they'd like, their strengths, their weaknesses.
In any way they like is crazy. I'm not going to front.
That's
crazy.
In any way they like. However they would like to score, they can. Transition in the half court, against zone, inside, outside, from the mid-range. We can't rotate. We contest poorly. We're late to get back. And we don't box out. Jackson Hayes being hurt and DeAndre Ayton being in and out is part of that. But, I mean, DeAndre Ayton on Christmas played 36 minutes and had 2 rebounds.
Wait. I thought he was a 16 and 10 guy. What's going on here?
2 rebounds. Now, listen, Houston is the best offensive rebounding team in the league, but still 17 offensive rebounds to our 7 is disgusting.
I don't know if that's necessary. They got like 6-7 footers in the starting lineup. Like I said,
The caveat: they are the best offensive rebounding in the team in the league, but 17-7 is disgusting. And then overall rebounding, we lost the rebounding battle in totality, 48-25. And you know why that's crazy? Because it's not like we were missing a ton, such that there was more rebounds to get. We shot 50% from the field, 37 from three. We shot well. Offensively, we are a pretty good team. They just outboarded us consistently. We don't get enough boards at all. We gave up 54% shooting from them. We gave up 33 from three. Another issue we have is free throws. We shot 63% from the free throw line. Luka in particular went 3 of 8. That's not going to get it done. Braun went 1 of 3. We're not generating enough free throws. And I think there's a little bit of a whistle issue with the Lakers. I think in the start of the season, we were getting a pretty favorable whistle with both Austin and Luka. And, you know, people have been saying this for years, but no one believes it. LeBron, for the majority of his career, has gotten a Shaq whistle. I know that sounds crazy because when it comes to technicals and things like that, people feel like LeBron gets to manipulate refs, and that might be true. But when it comes to contact, LeBron James gets a Shaq-like whistle, and I think him coming back has affected the whistle for the entire team. We were leading the league in free throws attempted to start the season, and we are not getting that same whistle, and that has greatly affected the pace of the game. I think because we were getting the free throw line, we were able to stop runs and make up for the fact that we couldn't stop people because we would slow the game down, get to the line, get easy shots, and get in a rhythm. And we also got the other team in foul trouble, and so their rotations offensively were messed up because guys had to sit down. Without that happening, we could not slow runs. They just absolutely avalanche. The best we can do is to match them. But like I've said in 2K before, when you're in a tit for tat game, all it takes is for you to miss 2 or 3 times in a row down. If they come down and hit 3 straight threes, you're now down by 15. Right? And that's what happens to us. It's disheartening. There doesn't, often in the past when Lakers have had issues, I've actually, I haven't been one to jump on the we need a trade bandwagon off rip. I've always thought that there were internal solutions. Certain guys need to play more. Certain lineups need to play more together. I don't see that. I don't see an internal solution in here. There's, we've put Jared Vanderbilt back into the lineup for defensive. That's had no effect. He's even been a 3-and-D guy. He had 3 threes on Christmas. In any other Laker year, if Jared Vanderbilt plays 27 minutes and gives you 3 threes, you would assume the Lakers win by 12. Mm-hmm. But it's having no impact because it's an entire team issue. I mean, gosh, 26 for Durant, 25 for Jabari Smith Jr., 24 for Şengün, 23 for Tari Eason, 26 for Amen Thompson. Sorry, no. Like you can't win when everyone in the top 6 is in double digits. Reed Shepherd only played 20 minutes. He had 13 points.
Reed Shepherd's a dog. I gotta always say that.
I know, but
I got mad love for Reed Shepherd.
It's not even a game where he had high usage or minutes because Amen Thompson was 12 and 19 from the floor.
Yeah.
All layups.
Yeah.
All layups.
That's the other side about the Rockets, though, and that's why I know what you're saying about the flow with the Lakers. If you want everybody to be in rhythm, play against them. But the thing is, the Rockets are getting to the point. Like, if you give them another month or so, and they figure out this rotation, and Amen Thompson really learns how to be like just a playmaker inside what Ben Simmons was supposed to be, high key, they are actually unstoppable.
Look. All credit to the Houston Rockets. I didn't expect a blowout, but I expected a good game, a classic KD LeBron matchup game. I'm not saying that we should have blown them out, but a month ago, the idea of us not even being able to hang with Houston would have been laughable. Yeah. So the more thing that I'm analyzing from this is that the Lakers have had a significant regression because if we had lost the game but it was close, I would have been like, hey, good fought game. This is a good team. There's no the only time we had looked like this was against the Thunder. Every other team we had remained competitive with or beat. We had single-digit losses coming into this month. The fact that we now have how many? What is our record now? We are
19-10.
19-10. I mean, that tells you right there. We've been losing, I think, more this month than winning. Now we had a crazy layoff due to the in-season tournament. I don't know what was happening with our schedule. To start the season, we had more games than anybody. They burnt us out, and then they sat us down for about 2 weeks. We had 2 games in 2 weeks in December. So I don't know if it's, a lack of rhythm defensively from the fact that we weren't playing. I don't know if it's LeBron coming back, messing up the rotations. Of course, all the narratives are, oh, LeBron ruined the chemistry out of all that good stuff. I don't really think that's the issue. Something is going on where our attention to detail and our, for lack of a better term, level of locked in isn't there. And it didn't ruin my Christmas, but Christmas hoops is obviously a great tradition. It's usually one of the few times that a Laker game will be on at a decent time for the East Coast. We had the 8:00 game. My wife made a beautiful dinner and tried to cook it early so I could sit down and watch this game. And I sat there and watched us take B to A.
I mean, look. Here's the big side of it. And this is where the LeBron narrative gets a little played out, because LeBron, for whatever else, he shot nearly 50% from the field, 53% from the field. He had 2 steals. He had 1 block. He's coming off an injury, and he's showing effort. Your 2 best players actually were your best defensive players in that game.
Yep. After JJ Redick called them out in a practice and said, I need more from you. It's not an individual. It's really not. I know a lot of times in NBA narrative and basketball talk, we want to figure out the who of it, but it's not an individual issue. There, as a team,
your team
our cohesiveness has eradicated on the defensive end. We are completely disjointed and disconnected on the defense. There's no trust. There's no understanding of where people are supposed to be or what we're supposed to do. Again, JJ Redick has said in the post-game pressers about there clearly being guys that are going out there not knowing what coverage we're in. I don't understand it, and it's so strange to me because of where we were to start the season. Not that we were a defensive stalwart, but we were solid. And I know guys have been in and out, but for the large part we're healthy. All we were missing last night was Gabe Vincent and Jackson Hayes. That shouldn't destroy our defense, right? So it's not health. Again, I don't know if it was the layoff being weird and it being weird to not play basketball regularly while other teams are getting more in rhythm. I don't know if it's that, but something's got to give. I mean,
you think, this is a quick question. Do you think LeBron's giving you all that you need on the defensive end? I know you said the same thing. You think LeBron's giving you everything you need?
I think he's giving us what he has.
He's got about 30% of Braun for all left. That's what's going on here. He's got all my MHA fans, you're going to get that reference, but he's really got about 30%. He's holding on to embers right now. All right. And somebody's got to take the reins from him. I think he's giving you everything he's got left. And it's time.
I mean, so look, right now he does have the worst defensive rating on the team.
Right.
To be clear. Right? But Luka's about a middle of the pack. I don't know. No. I'm reading this backwards. Sorry. Is that accurate? He has the best defensive rating on the team.
On the team, LeBron?
Yeah.
Not great.
That's because when I watch him, I feel like LeBron is not. I'm not saying this is in every possession, but I feel like there's a lot of times where I feel like he's, and rightfully so, because LeBron, like I said before, is a master at preserving energy. He knows when to go, when not to go, whatever. But I feel like there's a lot of times where he's not particularly trying on the defensive end. And I understand why. He's 41, like I just said, preserve energy. But I feel like with the way this roster is right now, I feel like that's what you need specifically for him. Because you got Austin and Luka to handle like the points and the ball handling, whatever. If I'm coaching LeBron right now with this roster makeup, I need you to play, like, forget preserving energy for the offensive end. We need you to set screens. We need you to rebound. But more importantly, we need you to play defense because right now, like you said,
He's got the best defensive rating on the team, though, so it can't be him.
I gotta look into that more because, like I said, when I was just watching play, I feel like he's not giving.
So of the guys with real minutes, right? Because ratings sometimes gets if guys don't play a lot, they're gonna have high ratings one way or the other, right? Based on their few minutes. So of the guys that play over 28 minutes, right? It's LeBron at 121.9, Ayton at 119.2. Rui at 118.9, and then Luka at 118.4.
This is like for the season?
Yep, defensive rating.
Shit. All right, I'll take your word for it, but I feel like
unless again I am reading that backwards, unless the lower rating is better for defensive rating.
That's a good question.
That's where we're at.
Let's see. I think it's a higher rating.
And is that like, are those numbers like what's that compared to like the average? Like, you know what I mean? Is that like a high defensive rating generally? I know it's the highest on the team, but is that like a high one generally?
I'll look for general. Let's do advanced.
A lower defensive rating indicates better defensive performance.
All right, so he's the worst.
Okay. I was about to say, like, that's not what I'm seeing, bro. But wait
a second. You have 4 guys at 118?
Yes, bro. We're getting
y'all are trash. Y'all are because what it is, it's divided by possessions. That means they're giving up 118 possessions. Yo,
that's our team rating. Our team defensive rating is 118.
Yo, y'all are trash. I'm sorry.
We're getting our best high minute defender is Marcus Smart,
which makes
and he's got a 112.
Yeah, that's tough. This is why JJ Redick was mad as hell at that press conference. I could see.
We're food. We cannot guard. Now the interesting thing is the offset, right? So Luka's at a 118 defense, but he's at a 120 offense. So you could call that, a clear.
Yeah.
Austin is at a 114 defense, 118 offense. Okay, clear. DeAndre Ayton's at a 119 defense, 118 offense. Rui, 117 to 118. Right? LeBron, he's at a 115 offense, 121 defense. He's a net negative.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
And his net rating is a negative 6.8.
That's crazy. That's LeBron James, bro.
But here's the thing: even our best player is only a positive 1.6 net rating. He's just not hurting us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's very crazy because you see how good his offensive numbers have been, especially to start the season. For your defense to be like that bad, that you're barely not hurting us, that's very crazy.
Austin Reeves has the best on the team in terms of high minutes at 3.3. I mean, maybe Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is a 5.0. Maybe if he's only played 20 games, maybe if he gets more games under his belt. But like everybody else is a negative.
You know who the real problem is here, right? I
wonder how we were playing so well to start. Like, I wish I could see a snapshot of our numbers at the start of the season. Like, whose impact has regressed the most? That's what I would love to know. You know?
It might be Luka, honestly.
I doubt it. Because I doubt his offensive rating was much higher than a 120. And maybe his defensive rating was a little lower, but like, I mean, like you said, you guys wanted to know what the average was. If we go to the leaderboard, let's see. The highest offensive ratings of someone that actually matters and plays decent minutes, I think this is quite obvious. It's Jokic at a 127. In fact, it's Denver. The top 5 players that play real minutes are all Denver players.
Yeah. Amazing.
Top 6 actually.
Amazing.
And then after that it's Brunson with a 116.
Incredible.
Oh, sorry, with a 124. Defensive rating for players that matter. Let's see. Zach Edey at a 94.5. He been clamping up. Then you got Caruso and a bunch of OKC players. Mad OKC players. And then Wemby with a 101. So, I mean, I don't know. That's all I really have to say about it. We're going to talk more about the JJ Redick of it all later. It's perplexing. It's perplexing, particularly, just because this just wasn't the case to start the season. And internally, I can't point to something dramatic changing other than LeBron joining. But I with everyone's ratings being bad, I don't see how adding LeBron made us this bad on defense. I don't. That doesn't explain it to me,
The truth is, I think it's just now a greatly built roster. I'm looking at Pelinka. It's not really, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of looking at Pelinka. It's not a great roster.
But again, 18-6 isn't a fluke. It can't be. You can't convince me that's a fluke.
Honestly, it's not even a fluke. I just think, I don't know. I think it's good timing out in the West. Like when you look at the first 4 teams, it's Thunder, which makes sense. Spurs, which makes sense, and are probably going to drop right now if Wemby is injured. Denver, which makes sense. LA, which I'll put a button on, and then it's Minnesota, Houston. It's like the next middling teams. Everyone down is kind of trash. So it's like, who else can it be? You got 18-6. I'm not going to fault you, but you're 18-6 because the rest of the West is kind of garbage.
That's true.
And I don't mean to be mean about it, but like I said, Houston's starting to figure it out. For context, they're number 6 and they're 18-10. You're number 4 and you're 19-10. They might surpass you in 1 to 2 games.
This is what I'm saying.
So I don't know. At a certain point, we got to start pointing the finger at JJ Redick too.
We'll talk about it, but I think this comment is clear. There is no. Who would be the captain of the defense on this team?
It's supposed to be DeAndre Ayton, but he's trash.
No, it's not. That's never been his role.
There is not one captain. I guess Marcus Smart by default, but
yeah, off the bench.
That's what I'm saying. Like off the floor, there is no captain of defense. That's a good point.
All right.
They have no leader whatsoever.
Y'all know what?
Just to answer that question, I don't know if it's a fluke. I would have to look back at, for the listeners, someone commented if I think the Lakers season is a fluke. I don't know if it's a fluke. I wouldn't say it's a fluke because that's a good chunk. But I would like to look at, who they beat in the schedule and how many close games it was.
I mean, it was a good amount of trash, but we beat some decent teams.
Right. I'm sure y'all did. Man. Like the other thing I would look at is close games, because when you got close games, when you got Austin Reeves and Luka, I'm taking Austin Reeves and Luka against most.
We beat Minnesota very well. We beat Minnesota very well twice. We beat Minnesota twice. We beat San Antonio. We beat Toronto. And then the rest were trash.
Yeah, I mean, listen, y'all just got some flaws. They're not unable to overcome. You know what I mean? But
enough about that, though. Y'all know what time it is. Time for the rapid fire takes.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Let me pull up our timer. You know what time it is. Where is the timer?
Technical difficulties.
Here we go. Now I got it. Here we go. All right, we got our timer. Alan, we're gonna send you first. All right.
All right, what we talking about? What we got?
We have first topic. Last week I asked, did the Spurs reveal weakness in the Thunder? But this week I ask, do the Thunder have a Spurs weakness? So you have 60 seconds. Do the Spurs have Thunder's number? Go.
All right. So I don't know if they got the number, but it is 110% a matchup problem, right? It all starts with the alien down the middle, Wemby. When you gotta do that defensively good and that defensively big and that presence there, it creates a problem for everybody else. His paint presence allows them to allows the other Spurs players to push up and pressure OKC, which is what they're not used to. But more importantly, everybody else on the team is also a really good matchup against OKC too. You got mad ball handlers, Dylan Harper, Stefan Castle, De'Aaron Fox, of course, who's super fast for them. Or you also have just bigger, strong players, Julian Champagny, Harrison Barnes, everybody else. It's big strength and or ball handlers, big matchup problem.
All right, respect. All right, Dre, you're up.
Give me 1 second. I just need to double check something before.
No, it's rapid fire. We're going. Do the Spurs have Thunder's
Guy
number?
trying to buy time is crazy.
I'm not trying to buy time. All right. So yeah, the Spurs have them to figure out. The Spurs absolutely have them figure out. And what they have figured out more than everything, this was always just cross-referencing. You can't free throw hunt on the Spurs. You can't fake that because no one's gonna look at you and be like, Wemby put. No, he didn't. He blocked the shit out of you. That's what happened. You can't do this on this team. You're not getting 45 free throws on this team. All right, you're gonna get 25, and you're gonna be happy about it. Guys are gonna have to go make shots. That's what's gonna happen. Guys are gonna have to go make some shots. And if you don't make some shots on a team like this, it's not gonna work. The Spurs are dangerous. I was saying it from our very first episode. The Spurs are dangerous. Wemby is coming off the bench averaging 19 or he came off the bench and had 19 and 11. The Spurs have hope and they're running with it and they are dangerous.
Very nice, fellas. Very nice. Okay. Next up on the ticker. This has been a hot one. Yelling at his coach, removing himself from the bench. I asked last week in Rapid Fire Take what's going on with the Warriors. No one brought this name up, but now it's time to address this fully. Is it time for the Golden State Warriors to move on from Draymond Green? Is the era over? Dre, right back to you. Go.
I can't say positively that the era is over yet, because if I say that, that means it is also time for Steph's time with this team to end. There's no rebuilding this dynasty. There's no restarting, getting him a bunch of players. They've been trying to do it for years, trying to get him complimentary.
They had it, but someone punched somebody.
Someone punched somebody else. They had it, but there's no new system out there. At this point, you're praying for a miracle. And a lot of teams aren't going to take Draymond right now. Maybe the Lakers, but that doesn't help them. Maybe Milwaukee, but that doesn't help them. There's not a lot that can happen. So is it time to move on from Draymond? I think the time has passed. And I low-key think they're stuck with him. So you have to make a decision at what?
You got time. Don't worry. I got it. Don't reveal.
Okay. You got to make it. Can I get my 5 seconds back? Just 5?
No.
Come on, man.
All right. Alan, is Draymond's time with the Warriors over? Go.
That I would say yes, in the sense that if you could get something for him, let him go, which is something that wouldn't have been true in the past, right? If there's a trade package out there, that you could get another player back that you could really help the team, yeah, it's over. Obviously, they're not just going to cut him for nothing, whatever the case is, or trade him for nothing. They're not going to do that. But if you could go get a lower marketing, if you go get like a Giannis and the trade package has to include Draymond, just let it go. That's the week when we talked about the Warriors. I said that like it just comes to a point where your dynasty is over. You had a good run. This is part of it, right? Like Clay's already gone. The next step might be Draymond. You only have a couple years left with Steph Curry competing at this level, because although he will forever be nice, there's going to come a point where he's just going to retire. So you want to maximize that. The dynasty is over, but you can still like build around Curry still. So cut him loose.
All right.
If you need
now, this
to.
is a topic. This is a topic of hate, right? And I just feel like if we're gonna hate and we're gonna declare that it's over for something, it just wouldn't feel right without having our brother comment on it. So, specifically for this topic to come provide some hate, ladies and gentlemen, Fast Break family.
Why?
He popped in.
Oh,
He popped in.
I am in Jamaica. Where are you?
Live on location.
New York, Massachusetts, Flatbush. I am in Jamaica. I am in Jamaica looking for the greatest NBA player of all time. I am in the land of Patrick Ewing. Somebody tell Patrick Ewing to tap in.
Pull up.
I am looking for Patrick Ewing. I'm on a mission. Fast break friend.
Paul, real quick, 60 seconds on the clock. Is it time for the Warriors to move on from Draymond?
It's been time. Listen, Draymond Green is whack. He's whack. Listen, all he has to do is hit open three, and he's gonna help their offense so much. And he refuses to do that consistently.
Yeah.
He's not. Listen. It started. The downfall of Draymond Green started when he was the biggest reason why he got KD, and then he ran KD away.
Yeah.
And then he continued with Jordan Poole, and then it just been downhill from there. Listen, it's crazy too. This is going to sound really bad. If his time with the Warriors is done, his time in the NBA might be done.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Big fact.
Because nobody wants that type of player right now on their team. You got to contribute to the offense. What KD say? You got to get a bucket. Go get a bucket.
Oh, we're going to discuss that. I didn't want to do it today without a full pen of all four of us, but next week when you're back, we're going to have that talk. I have that clip saved up. We're going to have that conversation. Tune in next week for the debate of the week. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's going to be lit. All right. Next one. I said we would come back to it. Y'all tell me, JJ Redick been calling his team out publicly 3 press conferences in a row, saying he said that today at practice was going to be uncomfortable. Luka Doncic said, as it should be, backing his head coach. I didn't even peep what LeBron said after Christmas because I already knew what LeBron was going to be on, and I was like, I don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear what he's about to be on in this post presser. But Charles Barkley has had a lot to say about it. A lot of folks have had a lot to say about it. Paul, you had a lot to say about the hiring of JJ Redick. Is JJ Redick calling his team out publicly fair or foul? Go.
I think it's fair. But at the same time, I don't think there's much that he could do. I saw somebody on IG say that is my audio coming in good, by the way?
You're fine. You're fine.
All right. Yeah, no, I saw somebody on IG say he should be coaching like a young team. And low key, I agree with that because that type of mentality, that type of energy, that type of coaching is very Tibbs-like. And it works with young players because it's a development style. Like you're holding young players up to a certain standard, whereas a coach for a veteran team is more so a management type of situation. And I don't know if this is necessarily the best for team management because what he's asking for, I don't know if you could get. Luka said like that's what the coach is supposed to do, but he might be part of the problem.
We'll see. We'll see. Alan, we go to you. Do you think the public callouts are fair or foul? Go.
Yes, I think it is fair because one, he already said that he's going to do it at practice. So whatever he says in public, he's also in on private. So I think it's all good. That's first of all. Secondly, when I think back about what I said earlier about how I'm watching the games, LeBron don't look like he's kind of like trying out there sometimes. And then he just reminded me of like his comments after the Christmas Day game, which is like fine, whatever. But all that kind of goes together to me. Like you're not putting in the effort that you could be when we need that from you on this end because of how our team is. So I think it's super more than fair that he's calling players out in the press conferences, right? Because like at a certain point, there's not much you can do. If I'm telling you to do this in practice, I'm telling you in the game when you do this, you kind of tie my hands at this point. I need to I gotta try everything to get you going. Like it's kind of crazy at this point. You know what I mean? It's not just for LeBron, it's for all players.
Dre, you're up. Public callouts by JJ Redick. Fair or foul? Go.
There's always an excuse with this guy. He never takes any accountability. Who said that? Who said that? That was JJ Redick 2 years ago about Doc Rivers. And now it's funny that he's coming out.
Wow.
3 interviews in a row. 3 interviews in a row. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You don't have to make this kind of announcement. You don't have to make this kind of announcement to the world. All right, just do it. Just do it. In fact, it should have been done. Okay? There's no reason that you got I get it. You want to get a fire under your guys. You don't need a fire under your guys if you're already doing it in the locker room. You don't need to announce it to the world. We see the dysfunction happening real time. If guys are coming into the game that don't know what the coverage is, whose fault is that? At a level, it's a player. But if it's multiple guys that are on your team and you're in charge of the coverages and the communication, who do we look at?
Real quick though, y'all don't think it's interesting that like before the last 2 games, it came out, it was reported that he had a private meeting with LeBron and Luka where he asked for more of them both on the defensive end, and then we get games like this, and then he tries this move. Like, I don't see. What do y'all think about the progression of this? Because Alan, you said you liked that it was both public and private. Y'all are saying that he should have been doing it in private, but if he did it in private and now he's moving to public, like, what are we saying?
To me, that tells me you're not getting what you need out of those 2. You know what I mean? So, like, at a certain point, what you want him to do? If you go through a game plan, like you create a game plan to try to solve this, and it comes down to what you think is an effort thing, like there's not much you could do as a coach. At a certain point, it's got to be within the players. You know what I mean?
I think his last statement was very scary. He said, "I'm not doing this for 53 more games."
Yeah.
I said, what does that mean?
That's a problem.
What do you mean by that? But the thing I think is very interesting. Is Luka's locked in with him because Luka said,
yes.
"Yeah, nah, me either."
Yeah,
and he said, like, JJ Redick said it's gonna be uncomfortable tomorrow. Good, it should be, in the best English he could. I think this is very interesting. If Luka is frustrated as well, and him and JJ Redick are aligned, what happens to this team? We shall see.
It gets blown up. That's what happens. Goodbye.
The Lakers have made it pretty clear what you know what I mean, like what's happening from here on out. They made it clear this is built around Luka, and I feel like JJ Redick is a part of like building around Luka.
All right, facts. Last rapid fire because I don't know how long we have. Paul, you'll appreciate this topic. After the Cup, we wanted to see if there would be any carryover. It looks like there might have been. Obviously, the Spurs are rolling, whooping the Thunder every time they see them. The Knicks on a roll after the Cup championship. Just a 60-second reaction to their continued success. Go.
I want to play the Thunder right now.
Oh,
Right now. I want to play the Thunder for every game for the rest of the year because there's nobody that could touch us. Nobody. The Spurs were light. I want to play the Thunder. We are legitimately the second best team in the NBA right now.
yes.
And we're not
Denver?
high in the NBA. The number one hottest team. So we have no weaknesses right now. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Are we Mike Brown has done the job that Tom Thibodeau has done in being able to cover up the weaknesses.
Correct.
Because he is creative, he is willing to adjust, and that's
He
what
uses
he's
his
doing.
bench.
But see, the bench we had a bench last year. Tyler Kolek was on the bench last year.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
He
was.
was there. Come on, listen, man. Look. We're nice. That's all I can say. I want to play them.
Just to break up the nickdom, Alan, I'm gonna let you go next. 60 seconds. Knicks rolling reactions.
Yeah, the Knicks are rolling right now. I understand the hype is deserved, right? This should be a super exciting time for the Knicks fans and the Knicks because I think they're clearly the best team in the East. At least they should definitely make it to the finals. Jalen Brunson is the man. Like I didn't get a chance to say it during our Game of the Week segment, but another thing about him is just we all know it, but him in the clutch is just crazy.
He's
Damn
the
near
dog.
guaranteed bucket. Damn near guaranteed bucket in the clutch. To be the second best team in the East after the Thunder, I don't know. You still got that boy Jokic in Denver.
Nah.
When Jamal Murray's on it like he was today, man, that's a tough out. I don't think y'all just that good against Denver like that. So, other than those two, though, like I'm talking about OKC and Denver. Other than those two, the Knicks might be the next best team. They're playing it right now, at least, so should be excited. Very good team, man.
All right, and to round us out, we got Dre. 60-second reaction to the Knicks rolling.
Listen, what's happened publicly is what we've known privately. We are the best team in the NBA. I don't give a damn about the Thunder.
He's clip farming.
I don't give a damn about the Thunder. I don't give a damn about. Hold on, I'm just trying to see one thing. I don't give a damn about the Thunder. I don't give a damn about the Spurs. I don't give a damn about anybody. Okay, I really don't. We have so many offensive weapons, and the only thing that is stopping us right now is Cat just learning when to move his feet on defense. That is the only thing. He's gotten. I was saying you weren't here for this. I was saying that in the beginning. He's gotten better at that. He's learning every day, which is scary because he's also athletic. So he just learns. If that's the only thing that stops us, because what I said before about the Thunder, about how the Spurs you can't free throw hunt them. You're not going to be able to do that to the Knicks either. I want the Thunder today.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to y'all about this real quick and another follow up on one of our rapid fire takes because I knew I had a whole conversation with myself in pre-production getting ready for this rapid fire topic because I knew that you Knicks fans would subscribe to transitive property theory. Well, we beat the Thunder. I mean, we beat the Spurs, and the Spurs beat the Thunder, so therefore we can beat the Thunder.
I didn't say that.
Panel. Do y'all believe the transitive property, and chat, you should chime in this as well. Do y'all believe the transitive property applies to basketball? If A is greater than B and B is greater than C, A must be greater than C. Do y'all believe that that's how it works?
No, because of matchups.
Yeah, matchups is the thing.
So I think the Spurs is a bad matchup with the Thunder.
So then tell me why you believe you guys match up.
What did I say?
This is your platform, brother.
No, but you say you're saying Knicks. What did I say? I said the Thunder.
How about you just say it because you're live?
You said what?
Just say it. You're live.
I said the Thunder are the best team, but the Knicks are the number one hottest team.
Okay.
All right. I didn't say what Andre said. I'm still gonna give respect to the team that went 20-1 to start the year or something like that. All right. That's why I want to play them. I want to play them to see how we match up with them. Because if we can beat, there's nobody in the East that can touch us. Right?
Detroit has something to say.
The,
They're 2
Detroit
games
gotta-
over because of injury. I don't care about that.
When do y'all play? Because that's must-see TV.
It is.
must-see.
It is. That's a fact. It absolutely is.
I'm
But,
looking that up because whatever week that is, that's our game of the week
Yeah, but that's
for
a fact.
I'll tell
sure.
you right now.
Gotta
I
be,
just have their
gotta be.
schedule up.
That's a fact. But the Knicks,
We played January 5th, by the way.
Oh, we on.
Oh,
We on, yes.
January 5th is
Yes.
on TikTok.
Yes.
It's on TikTok. Everybody live.
Yes, we on.
FSC.
We on. I'm watching every minute of that game.
Of
We
course.
played
You can watch the
Denver
Knicks
on
win, too.
February 4th. We play Detroit again on February 6th.
Nah, I just want this. I want the next most recent. They're rolling. They won the cup. They feel like they got the
Big
East
things.
wrapped up. I want to see what Detroit has to say to that right now in this moment. Because Paul's like, I want to see the Thunder. I want to see Detroit say, hold on. Before you get to them, you're gonna have to go through us in these playoffs. So hold on. You gotta talk to us about that. What up, though?
The Knicks.
Shout out Meech.
How about this?
I don't know if I should be shouting out Meech, but I'm definitely not shouting out Lil Meech.
Oh no.
No, you can't.
Well, anyway, listen. We're gonna pass the Pistons and see. We're gonna be number 1 seed.
I want to see. You know what? If the NBA gods have it for us, by the time y'all play on the 5th, like the standings would work out that game is for first. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
That's a fact. But no, see, I want to see how we match because there's nobody in the East, in my opinion, for the Knicks. The West, we don't play the West a lot. So I have full confidence. Last year I said we were going to the finals, and we should have if it was for Tibbs. You see what we have on our
Pablo
bench.
Torre down here.
Pablo Torre.
We got Pablo Torre in the comments over here.
Wait. You know
Yeah.
who's lurking, by the way. He confirmed on the Joe Budden podcast that he is lurking with the Knicks
Oh, yeah?
situation.
Yeah, I keep learning. Anyway, listen, but there's nobody in the East, in my opinion. I want to see how we match up with the West. And the Nuggets, as far as the Nuggets go,
Y'all see how Cade's
going back to
moving though?
last year, we played the Nuggets very well because of who we have. Cat plays Jokic well. Mitch plays Jokic well. So he's the
Well, Cat was a part of the team that dethroned the defending champion Nuggets.
yes.
So,
Mm.
but
He
here's
was the one that was guarding Jokic. It
that's a
wasn't-
fact.
it was
Y'all
Woody.
see how Cade's moving though, right?
I don't care.
You see how Brunson's moving?
That's
Cade's
what I
make-
care.
You see how
Cade's
listen, any
Hold on,
player
hold
you
on,
talk
hold on,
about,
hold on.
you
Wait,
have
real
to
quick.
talk-
Let me just hate real quick. Cade's making an MVP push, 1,
Jalen is too.
and then 2. Tell me how Nike gave Cade a signature shoe before Brunson in New York City.
Because they messed up.
Because it's the Knicks. And I keep saying, listen, you know why I'm so happy the Knicks are this good right now?
They gave Sabrina's about to have her 4th shoe with Nike before Brunson gets 1.
Listen to me. The New York Knicks, right? We've been saying this for years as fans. There is a Knicks for clicks thing in the media. There are a lot of Knicks haters in the media. And we look crazy saying that when we were bad. But we see it now. What did that guy on IG say? Everybody's better than Jalen Brunson until they gotta be better than Jalen Brunson.
That's a fact.
I'm waiting for that game.
Why don't you
of the
tell
week,
Nike
That's a
that?
bar.
Why don't
That's
you
a bar.
tell
That's a
Nike
bar.
that?
You said what?
Why don't you tell Nike that? I just think from a business standpoint, it's interesting that Cade is getting a shoe before him and Sabrina's going on her 4th shoe before him.
Because the
In the
media
same
doesn't
city.
like the Knicks. The media
What does that have to do with
doesn't
what does that have to do with Nike? What does that have to do
What?
with Nike?
Their company.
Because Nike's gonna go with who's the hotter player and who the media is hyping up and who the players recognize the most and all of that. Do you know Jalen Brunson is playing like Curry with a mid-range game right now? You see the shots he's taking?
Yes.
Cade is not playing better than Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
He's not.
He's not. No.
But he's just
You
saying.
can't sit there objectively and tell me Cade's playing better.
Cade is killing, man. I'm not saying better,
I
but
gotta look it up.
Jalen had like 15 and 8.
I gotta look it up.
50 points. That's Jalen Brunson we're talking about. Assists?
Come on, man.
I'm telling you.
And I was saying this before too.
Brunson's averaging 29, 3, and I'll round to 7 on 48% from the field. Cade's giving you 27, 6, and 10 on 46%. That's close.
What's the 3-point? What's the 3-point percentage?
I'm just saying that's close.
No, see, I'll say this: Jalen Brunson didn't start off the year that great. Cade, the Pistons came in hot. But if you look at like from November 27th to today, right? Jalen Brunson is playing out of his mind, and the Pistons are losing games here and there, but more so than the Knicks. The games that the Knicks have lost, we've had like 3 starters out. Like we're only losing games when we're resting players. And not 1 or 2, like 3, 4. Like we beat the Pacers when we were resting 2 other starters, and Jalen Brunson hit the game-winning shot on them.
Or we just came off of like, what was the game? I think we lost a game or 2 ago, and we just came off of like a 4-game away team like trip
Because of the cup.
Yeah, so it's like,
and
like,
we were resting players in that. They have nothing for the Knicks, man. Nobody has anything for the Knicks.
like I know it's easy to be like when you're at 100%, we'll see everything, but a Knicks 100%. I'll take an 85% Knicks team over everybody but the Thunder, and I'll take 100% Knicks team over everybody.
Yo, remember how I said we also gonna have a debate about like what happened to the 20 and 10 point guards, and that when we have the Forever Feet Kevin Durant debate next week, and we talk about this. I might have to revise because I look at Cade's numbers.
Yeah, he might be in there.
29 and 17, 23 and 14, 14 and 9, 22 and 10, 22, 10 and 10, 29, 9 and 10, 32 and 10. Cade's low-key bringing back the 20 and 10 point guard in the NBA, bro. I understand what Brunson is doing. 34 points versus the Cavs, 47 versus Miami, 22 versus Fit. Like I get it. I get it. But it's like, I don't know. They got the higher seed, and Cade's looking like a prime Chris Paul at 6'6".
But I'm not so impressed with that because we saw it with Hallie last year, man. Like you're always saying that.
Cade's a young enough player where last year is a whole different player, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, say it again.
Cade is young enough where last year is an entirely different player.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying the whole thing about 20 and 10 players being gone, I don't know if I've ever agreed with that. I don't know if I agree with that right now.
I did research. When we talk about it next week, I'm gonna set it up. I did research. They disappeared.
I don't know that when did they disappear? Because Russell Westbrook was holding down for years.
About 2014.
That's incorrect.
Dre, when I tell you I really prepped for this debate,
do you understand in that time frame, Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double for 4 years?
I really prepared for this debate. Russell Westbrook was the sole point guard doing it. Prior to that, every year there was 2 to 4 players doing it. So for me, that means it disappeared. We will talk about it next week. Maybe you should do the research and go through the points and assist stats for the last 15 years like I did.
I will do that. I will do that. I just want to be clear because when we're saying disappeared, I mean as long as there's one guy, it's not.
No, that I disagree. As long as there's one guy does not mean that it still exists. When prior to 2014, for the prior 7 years, there was at least 2 to 4. To be a top 3 point guard in the NBA prior to 2014, you were a 20 and 10 guy.
Can I ask a question? Are you doing a strict 20-10?
No.
Okay, so I need the parameters here.
I did between 18 to 20 plus, and 9 plus assists.
Okay. I don't think that number is all right. Let me look into it. I'm gonna actually look into it because I don't think you're correct.
Brother, I sat there 2010, 2011 regular seasons, points, assists, 2011, 20. I sat there for an hour and clicked through every season from this season back to 2007, 2008 when Chris Paul got drafted. Okay. Sorry, no. Chris Paul's first MVP qualifying year. But we'll get to that.
Okay.
Now it's time for this week's debate, which should be quick and lighthearted, but I think interesting and topical. Does Christmas Day hoops hit like it used to?
No.
That's a you see, okay. I love this topic. Okay.
It works for it was great for me and for Paul, but overall, no.
And see, that's the next thing too. That's a good point, Andre. The Knicks are the most exciting team in the NBA, and they've been the most exciting team for the last 5 years. All our games, all our big games are close. They're tight. We play physical. It's like a movie every time you watch the Knicks. Even when all we had was R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle.
How did this turn into a Knicks conversation?
Yeah, I'm saying.
No.
We're the highlight of
You know
Christmas
why?
Day.
No.
I said
Hold on,
this
no,
Christmas
no, no,
hoops hit like it used to.
No, you can't do this anymore, Farrell. The Knicks are the NBA right now. The Knicks are the hottest team.
Right.
The Knicks are the hottest team in the NBA right now. Knicks, Thunder,
Go crazy.
Nuggets. We are the Knicks. We got the cup chip. You can't ignore this
We're the
anymore.
culture right now.
You can't ignore
The
this
NBA
anymore.
culture.
You can't
We are
do
the
this
culture.
anymore. We're not the Lakers where we're losing games and irrelevant. The Knicks are the Christmas hoops. Listen, it was the Minnesota-Denver game. Knicks Cavs. Those 2 games were the only exciting games. The first and the last game.
Keep clip farming, Paul. Go crazier. Go crazier. Clip farm.
It is what it is. Like if people paying attention to the Knicks more, they would think the NBA is exciting, but they don't.
Correct.
They don't. The media doesn't hype. There's Knicks.
I was gonna say, I'm so glad you said the media because that is exactly who I blame. I love Shaquille O'Neal, but he goes out and goes, "I'm a Knicks hater." What does that mean? And he's not the only one. There are mad Knicks haters out there. There are mad Knicks haters in the media. Why am I listening to them? Why am I gotta hear? I was watching the Knicks game. We're on a run, and I'm hearing Donovan Mitchell's doing really great. Shut the hell up!
Thank you.
Shut the hell up!
Thank you.
You know, Jalen Brunson's doing great right now. You know, Donovan Mitchell missed that shot, but he's really been on a tear. I mean, we got Coco Jones saying, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yes.
We don't care. I'm sorry, y'all, for using that word, but we don't care. I'm trying.
Yes, we do care about Coco. Yes, we do.
No, we care about Coco. We care about Coco. Don't get me wrong.
Stop that.
But not right now. Not right now. Not right now. I'm trying to hear about how we're coming back. I'm trying to hear about Tyler Kolek coming off. See,
You ever hear a run like that in your life?
You're just acting from the fact that your team is ass right now, and we're talking.
I'm gonna send you the clip. I'm gonna send you the clip.
We're talking about. Don't you have a team meeting to go to? You got to fly
Coco's
to LA,
might be on.
Huh?
Coco's mic be on, brother.
Okay, I don't care.
It do be on for sure.
You can tell me all about that on the next game. You can tell me all that on the post interview when her and Donovan talk about their engagement and all that stuff. The Knicks are in the middle of a run, and I'm hearing about how Darius Garland has really fit back into the team. Shut up.
How great he is. Yeah.
How great he
is.
Come on, Doris. You know what? Never
so no one. Wait. So no one ever says nothing good about the Knicks. It's never praised. Y'all don't hear.
This city.
Okay. Now
y'all never hear no one praise.
We are the story.
Y'all never hear that.
Hold on, Alan. Hold on. Let me clip for him real quick. Let's just get out the way real quick. Let's let them do what they.
I like this. No. I like this. Let me tell you.
That's all I have to say already.
Let me tell. I'm not done. I'm not ever. Whoa. Let me tell you something. All right. I'm so tired of all this anti-Knicks refereeing. I'm tired of all this anti-Knicks media. I'm tired of everyone, oh, they're the hottest team. What are they going to do? The Pistons, the Raptors. Oh, I was hearing about the Heat. They're coming up. Shut the hell up. Let me tell you something. We are playing the most exciting brand of basketball because we're playing dynasty level basketball, right? And this is why Paul and I are like, we want to play the Thunder because they're the only team we consider our equals. I don't even know if I consider them that. I think the Thunder, I think the biggest thing with the Thunder, I was going to say it earlier, the same way you can't free throw hunt the Spurs, when we have Mitch out there, you can't free throw hunt us. I don't know that the Spurs are going to be able to, that the Thunder are going to be able to beat us that way. I don't think they're going to be. And also, the Thunder are getting exposed, by the way. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to this, not just with the Spurs, but they're getting exposed for the way Lou Dort be running.
You're not clip farming enough for me. You talking about other team. I gave you a whole floor. I gave you what you begged for. You always begged for this.
I'm talking about basketball.
You and Paul, and this is why I know y'all not ready for big time. Because you and Paul all the time beg to talk about the Knicks. I just clean out. I just cleared out and gave y'all a banner and the whole floor, and you start talking about the Thunder. So don't ever act like we don't give you space to talk about the Knicks ever again.
Who said anything like that? I'm trying to tell you something. We need to talk every time we talk about the Knicks. We need to talk about the Thunder because that's who we're facing in the finals.
No.
That's number one.
Y'all are done now. Y'all are done now. Y'all ruined your opportunity. Allen, do Christmas hoops hit like that anymore?
Hell no. Nah, they don't. I remember as a kid, like the Christmas Day games used to feel like more so like an event. Right. And part of it could be like, we're just getting older now, like the magic of Christmas, yada, yada, yada. Right. But it used to be like a specific like event every year. Like even like the point where like the jerseys were different. You know what I mean? The NBA don't do that no more. Specifically, I remember I used to wake up for Christmas Day and get ready for LeBron and D Wade. Like that was like a thing for one matchup one year. Or it was like Kobe versus Shaq. That was a big matchup one year. Like Kobe's first game back, first game against Shaq since he left. Or It was like Melo versus Kobe. You know what I mean? Like it used to be big name marquee matchups. And like not that we don't have that now, but like why is the Christmas Day matchup like Steph Curry against the Mavs? You know what I mean? Like we didn't talk about Cooper Flag, but he played.
That was supposed to be the whole Clay Golden State emotional thing, and this gets back to what we've been saying for the last 2 years, Alan. There are no more compelling narratives in the NBA. There aren't player-to-player rivalries that matter. The biggest player-to-player rivalry that gets clicks these days is LeBron and Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, that's a
fact.
Fact.
Like even when Ant and SGA went against each other. Ant tried to make it spicy, and SGA didn't play into it.
Yeah.
Like, those should be the two spiciest players with each other in the league today. Ant, SGA, those two players should be at each other's neck every time they play. And it's not like that. And this is not some, like, AAU, they're two buddy argument. I hate when old heads use that as a straw man argument. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, like, the NBA doesn't create narratives of players' ascent as being in each other's way anymore. It's all individualized. They don't market it as if like there are limited spots in the spotlight and players are competing for those spots. We don't have an argument about who's the best player in the NBA. We don't have an argument about who's better between two players during their. We don't have those conversations anymore. So players don't feel like there's something they have to prove or disprove. Think about The Last Dance. Mike gave Harold Miner buckets simply because they called him the Jordan stopper. Mike gave Clyde Drexler buckets simply because they said that he might be like on Mike's level in the media. He gave him 60 because I took that personally. We don't have that anymore where players feel like they're being pitted against or talked about in the same breath as certain players, and they don't like that, and they take it personally to prove like, nah, I'm nicer than him.
But why does
Chet and Wemby is the only thing giving us life right now?
And it shouldn't be that. Even that matchup right there is not all that. They don't focus on the star power anymore. Because even the NBA, because even on like the matchups they did have, I didn't see a whole bunch of coverage about Jokers versus Ant. You know what I mean? Like that was a playoff matchup. They didn't like put it up as like can the Nuggets like get revenge back on the Timberwolves after being eliminated or whatever the case is. Like because they played each other a couple times in the playoffs now. You know what I mean? Like the NBA, you're right, Farrah. The NBA just does not take advantage of the clear. It may not be the NBA. This could be an ESPN thing, right? Because
no, we can't do that because I don't. As much love as the other broadcasts are getting, I think they're even straying further away from that because they're trying to provide like the high level X and O breakdown, which I appreciate them being in the marketplace. So it is an ESPN thing because it's like ESPN. That's the only thing y'all do well.
Exactly.
The only thing y'all do well is create storylines, and y'all not even writing good storylines no more. Like Prime has the best X and O in studio broadcast team with Melo, Blake, T-Mac, and who's the fourth one?
No, that's
John
NBC.
Wall?
That's NBC.
Prime is Blake, John Wall, and who?
Mr. Maestro.
Udonis Haslam.
Right, and then NBC is Melo, T-Mac, Vince Carter, and
Jamal
who am I
Crawford.
forgetting? And Jamal Crawford. So you not be in the X and O breakdown with them. All you can do with ESPN is you have your talking heads who's supposed to create good storylines. Y'all brought inside the NBA the best talking heads in history to the network, and y'all still not getting no good stories. First Take don't make no good stories no more. NBA Today, all we get is Perk starting beefs between himself and players.
Mr. Mike, I got a question, Mr. Maestro.
Yes, sir.
When Steph Curry was coming up, right, and making his name in the league, was he spicy?
No.
But that narrative, there was still a narrative that existed, right? You
Yeah.
think that's solely because of the media?
I think fans push the narrative, but they have to be fed it first. There's nothing for us to latch onto because if there was, we do, because the little scraps that we get, we do. Right now on social media, the Chet Wemby thing is taking off.
That's a fact.
It's taking off because it's fine. It's something finally like the NBA is a soap opera. It's like the NBA is basketball and it's the highest level of basketball, but from an entertainment standpoint, the best thing about the NBA, and this is why the WNBA is thriving. The WNBA is juicy, baby. As much as it's good basketball, it's also juicy as hell. And that's why it's thriving right now. The MLB, you got a little bit going on. NFL, the NFL is what it is. The NBA right now, it's not juicy. It's just good ball, which is good for us. But in terms of these major days when we want to be entertained, I was more excited about Stranger Things on NBA Day than NBA basketball. I'll admit it. I'll say it. I was more excited about Vecna and 11 than whoever was playing during Christmas Day.
Those 3 episodes didn't hit like the first 4. I'm sorry. But
more disappointment, but still, in terms of going into it,
I think it was right.
Listen, all I'm gonna say though, right?
You thought it was whack, Alan?
I thought it was fire. That's just
was
me.
it not? It wasn't compared.
This is not a Netflix podcast. They don't pay us, and they pay in podcasts these days. So I'm mad we even said their name.
Maybe they should pay us. Maybe we should create a second podcast. Potting all Saturday long.
They just need to bring us on as their first sports podcast. They don't have a sports one yet.
That's a fact.
But anyway,
they do, but whatever.
Who they got?
What's next?
They got the whole Bill Simmons, the Ringer.
That's true.
A bunch of the Ringer ones. Yeah.
Bill Simmons be coming up with whack takes. He said that Warriors should trade Steph Curry to Charlotte. Shut the hell up.
Anyway, Paul, you've been waiting patiently, and we're close to wrapping up.
You brought up Shea versus Ant. Ant wanted to get spicy.
He tried.
Hold on.
They kicked him out.
They kicked
him out.
Wait. Shea wanted to win. If the Timberwolves had a shot of beating the wait, hold on. The Timberwolves played the Nuggets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jokic wanted to win.
No, I'm talking about the last game that Ant and Shea played, which was like last week or something.
Wait. Who won that game?
Thunder.
I think the Timberwolves.
The Timberwolves won. The Timberwolves won.
I think the Timberwolves. I thought you were talking about Christmas. Yeah. All right.
No. I'm just saying in general, it's emblematic of this issue that like we don't have compelling player-to-player narratives anymore.
Right. But my thing is, you kind of try to separate the ball and the natural progression of these narratives from the media hyping it up, and I don't do that. I'm saying there is no. Ant is exciting. But I'm telling you, in the next few years, people are going to be cool on Ant, just like how they cool on Ja. If the Timberwolves don't become an actual
No. But Paul, what I'm saying, the reason why I'm bringing up the media hyping it standpoint is because sometimes the media itself literally creates the beef between players because the players don't like how the media is either talking about them or about the opposing player. Back in the day, like I said, MJ, Last Dance, Kobe, even LeBron, they would, when they play you because of what the media said about you, they would go crazy. And that's what I'm saying. We don't even have that. Like no one even is playing games with a chip because of the way things are being said about players. Like,
but hold on, but you say they would go crazy. That's in the game, right? You're saying the media is talking about players. This player more than that's still based in the game. The Timberwolves are not real contenders. They're frauds. They're a very good team.
That used to not matter though. Kobe, the Lakers sucked for many years. Did that stop the NBA from creating narratives about Kobe? When Kobe and the Lakers played Shaq and the Heat in Christmas, the Lakers weren't good.
Wait a second. You can't say a team that has the best player in the league is a fraud, and the Timberwolves don't have that. Kobe Bryant was head and shoulders the best team. The reason why it gets spicy and you're allowed to get spicy, like even when the Lakers were bad, it's the same reason that if LeBron wanted to talk spicy right now, people would listen. Not because they're right now it wouldn't work as much for the Lakers because LeBron's not the best player right now. But at the time,
I can't do that because last year we said no one was given sauce. I debated you that, right? This year I have more evidence. Ant is constantly trying to give us sauce.
And who wants to do that though? Let's talk about it.
His team's not the best.
He's
either.
good enough. He's good enough.
He's good enough. He's good enough.
He's good. He's not.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He's not a top 5 player right now. No one's gonna care until the Timberwolves either ascends or the Timberwolves ascend. But no one's gonna care.
We had Bruce Bowen narratives in the mid 2000s, and y'all telling me Ant's not good enough to start a narrative?
For the purposes of a narrative,
who honestly cared about him?
For the purposes of a narrative,
Dillon
that should be enough.
has the strongest narrative in the NBA, but Ant can't start a narrative.
Dillon Brooks doesn't have the strongest narrative in the NBA.
I want the little spicy back and forth that he tried to start with Shea. I want the media to pick up on that and run with it.
But those are not that's not what drives the league, Pharaoh. What drives the league are the narratives you were talking about in the beginning. The players that are on the quest for greatness. That's the narrative.
No,
Christmas Day.
Obviously, that's the highest level of it. But I'm saying there's nothing. I would take some mid-level beef right now. The biggest beef we have in the NBA is Kendrick Perkins. I don't care about Kendrick Perkins beefing with players. If Ant wants to get spicy with SGA, those are 2 stars, young stars entering their prime. Yeah, run with that. I want to see that.
See, everyone's gonna say that until Jalen Brunson starts talking crazy. Then no one's gonna want
to. But honestly,
for Jalen to start talking crazy.
But hold on.
But what is he? He's the clean-cut business guy.
But so was Steph. And they still had narratives, and it was so interesting basketball because of how great he was and how great the team was. It wasn't just falsifying.
No. Don't do that. Hold on. Don't do that. Steph, while in conferences, was a tight-lipped, soft-spoken guy. We're not going to act like Steph Curry wasn't skipping up and down the court, shimmying, doing all of this. No look threes. Hold on. No look threes, pointing at guys. On the court, that man was a troll.
That's a fact, actually.
That man was a troll.
There are a lot of players in the league today that still celebrates. Not Shea. Jalen Brunson celebrates, but Caleb Bridges pointing in your face.
Jalen Brunson doing this to the crowd is not getting nobody spicy, bro.
Nah, I'll never forget.
Paul. We act like we have good memories. Paul, you forget. Hold on, Paul. You forget Steph Curry. You forget Steph Curry turned Jalen Brunson and said, "You tried. Like, we can't forget this stuff. Stars used to star. Stars used to spice that shit up.
Jalen Brunson and Jalen Suggs have a serious beef right now, and Jalen Brunson goes at Jalen Suggs, but you don't know that because
do they talk? Do they get into it?
Actually, yes.
Jalen Brunson be talking spicy to him. Jalen Brunson be talking dead spicy to him.
The Knicks are covered the way they should be.
That's correct.
We got that point, bro. We saying there's nothing anywhere. We understand your point.
But we're telling you there's some somewhere. We're telling
we're saying the media isn't picking up any of it. We get that you think one of the things they should pick up is Brunson. We got that. We agree. I'm saying they're not picking up Nathan.
They're not. Here's the problem. The Knicks brand of basketball is doing this thing right now where the culture.
How come when I cleared out for Knicks talk, you didn't talk Knicks, but for every other topic, y'all want to go to the Knicks?
Because you
were in the middle of talking about the Knicks.
And we are the story in the NBA.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Wait, let me ask a quick question.
Before
Paul, you just said
I was in the middle of making a point,
Anthony,
but all right.
I'm sorry. Let me just clarify this really quick because Paul, you just said Anthony Edwards don't deserve like the narrative because like who is he? Do you think Jalen Brunson deserves a narrative too?
Hell yes.
You said what? Say that again. Wait. Say
Hell
that again.
yes.
Now?
You said Anthony Edwards did not deserve like to be getting a narrative out of like whatever he's done because what has he done yet? Right? Am I quoting you correctly?
Yeah. No. Well. Yeah.
You think Jalen Brunson deserves a narrative?
Hell yes.
See, this is what I think, right?
Do you think Jalen Brunson deserves a narrative?
No.
Okay.
But
I just want to clear that up.
The thing is, I think Farrell kind of switched his argument, man. I'm not gonna lie to you because he started off talking about greatness. Whether he realized the players you named, that's greatness. Shaq, Kobe, Curry,
yes.
LeBron,
The other players,
like that. We're talking about contending for a chip, right? That's different. On the quest for greatness, that is different than just two players that got a little beef with you. That's not the same. Even if they're good, that's not the same. That's not going to drive the league. That's interesting, but it's not interesting enough to drive the league to the point where Christmas Day games are interesting. It's not. To me,
it
right
doesn't
now,
have to be at the
Knicks-
highest level, Paul. I just disagree with that.
I know we had this debate.
That's ideal. No, but here's the thing. Here's where I've come to your side. That's ideal. Like, obviously, that would be the best solution. I think because there's not that, the decision to do nothing is a bad one. I get it. We don't have the premium cream of the crop narratives to rely on. Does that mean we go narrative-less until we get one? That's stupid.
Can I throw something
I think
out?
the New York Knicks are a narrative. The brand is a narrative. Go ahead, Andre. Go ahead.
So here's the problem. It's the NBA's fault and it's LeBron's fault. And here's why I say this.
Oh my God.
Let me hear this.
Listen to me. The NBA has been trying to create a brand of a certain kind of basketball player with a certain
Just
kind
say it. It's European.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Just say it.
Well, oh yes. Oh, it's European.
Here they
Yes.
go again, Paul.
Just say
Here
it.
they go again,
Just
Paul.
say it.
And LeBron played to that, right? They don't that it has been a long narrative of trying to get the NBA and the NBA players away from being like Kobe. That's why every media pundit in the world is trying to say LeBron is the greatest. Forget MJ. We don't want that. We want the LeBron narrative. We want pass first. We don't want him talking like that. He's clean cut. He's never spicy. He never does anything like that. It's okay if you lose. Team first. Whatever. You can jump teams. They don't want, for whatever reason, I'm not actually sure what the reason is, but I think the idea is it's more encouraged to be like Bron, right? And just be that kind of guy that's all happy in the cameras and all good and all that and doesn't say shit to nobody than to be Kobe and be a killer. That's just the way it is.
What that guy do in Europe? LeBron grew up in Akron. Kobe spent a large part of his childhood in Italy.
It's not the fact that they're European or not European. It's something you can take global.
No, it's the European style of league administration.
Correct.
Like what they want to market, they just want to market the game. They don't want to market.
They don't want to market
soap opera stuff anymore.
Correct. They don't want to market that's the way it was going. Honestly, AI messed it up initially, and then they said, "Oh wait, Kobe might be more of that," and then they saw LeBron and they said, "Oh, he's definitely more of that." And then for a while they couldn't figure out. They said maybe it's going to be Steph Curry, maybe it's going to be Jokic, maybe oh my God, Jokic got to be the greatest one. So now they're looking for this certain kind of player, and NBA players are hip to it, bro. I'm trying to tell you something. They're like, wait a second. We're not trying to be a certain way. We're not trying to talk shit to no because we're not going to get picked up like that. Or that kind of basketball is not getting picked up like that. So it's a branding problem from the top down. I don't think it would be crazy to expect there to be a memo that goes around being, listen, we're not doing any of that. All right. You start talking spicy. John Moran started talking spicy, immediately got punished. His entire life started blowing up. Things started going left mad quick. Things getting leaked. A lot of his statements, videos coming out, they don't want this. They want to be as far away from that.
But again, I think I agree with you, but I think you're doing an analysis of the reverse of like why players aren't doing anything to be able to spark narratives. Kobe and Bruce Bowen didn't do anything to start a beef. The media got a talking head to come out and say Bruce Bowen was a Kobe stopper, and that's all we needed. The next Spurs Lakers games lit. Like the media doesn't throw out like fodder anymore to spark back and forth between players. Like
It's a hot take.
That's what I'm trying to. I'm telling you, that's the
I disagree
memo.
with that.
We don't want to see it. We just want the brand of basketball to be the brand of basketball. That way, it's easy to market, digestible, and people are going to like it. Which is so funny because that is the opposite of how the entertainment industry entirely works. But I'm
disagree
confused.
with that though, man.
That's what the evidence tells me that this is what they're doing.
I think
like
this is a
like
hot take
like
era.
like the old NBA would move the next Rockets Thunder to national television and would run the promo the week before showing clips of KD and Bruce Brown beefing in the prior game.
You don't see that
And
anymore.
they would do the whole pre-game about how these two teams don't like each other.
Wait a second. But hold on though. We're in a hot
Do you
take
remember
era.
that? Do you remember when the NBA broadcast would talk about two teams not liking each other?
It's 23.
Dude,
No,
When's the last time you saw that?
They still do. They still do. I
No,
still
they
see.
don't.
no, not really.
And this is a hot takes era. Everybody skip Bayless now. You just talked about Kendrick Perkins having personal beef with players. As an
But
analyst,
I don't want to see. That's not going to make me watch a game.
it could. I don't know, man, because he starts
Is
to be by
Perkins going to
challenging
be on the
players.
floor?
He's challenging players. He's saying you're not like that, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on that, and I want to see you do it. He's
I
challenging
want to
players.
see him change his formula though. Say you're not like that, and say Jokic is about to bust his ass. Like, give me something to make the on court spicy.
You think these players don't know that when they go up against certain players that they gotta show up? They just can't.
No, it's not about knowing you got to show up. It's your demeanor. Like, knowing it's a big matchup, you're going to want to play well. Knowing they've been talking crazy about you and saying this guy's better than you, when you play well, you're going to show it in your demeanor.
I see that all the time in the league. Like, I'm telling you, like the problem.
Give me an example.
Is the players
Give me an
are
example. Give me an example.
Every time I watch a game and there's two elite teams playing, I see fervor. I see.
Give me an example.
Every time. Listen, all right, I'm gonna say the Knicks, and you're not gonna like it.
No, it's
Jalen
fine.
Brunson
Go
doing
ahead.
this,
Go ahead.
Mikal Bridges going like this. Cat trying to dunk on people and flexing. I see it all the time. I see who else? I see the.
But is it personal?
Jalen Suggs
Is it
is going
personal?
crazy.
Is it
Dylan
personal?
Brooks, when he's actually hitting them threes, he's.
Is it personal though? Is it personal? The only the last two examples this season of personal have been Dylan Brooks and Bron, Wemby and Chet. And what has happened on social media when those two things happened? Took off. Absolutely took off.
But you don't like Dylan Brooks though, and you don't like how he
Yeah,
moves.
but you know what? But you know what that does? I like having to choose sides because that means every time they play the Suns, a little thing goes on my head like, oh damn, it's Dylan Brooks again. Like, let's see what happens in this. Let's see what the two of them do now.
I think, and here's where I think your perspective falls off a cliff, because when you do that, when it gets to playoff time, if those teams are not like that, and those players are not like that, and they might not even be in the playoffs, right? Now, what are you gonna do? Now, what's interesting? Now, all you have is the game and people trying to see how good they are on the all-time list. How far they could.
No, you're absolutely right. Listen, you're absolutely right, which is why I think that the media used to be strategic, and I think right around this time of the year, the media would start picking beefs with teams that are projected to play each other. Which I think is what the Wemby Chet thing is, which is why I like it. But I'm like, keep going. Like the fact that they don't have a Knicks Piston thing going right now to build into this January 5th game, the fact that we had to look up when they play. Think about that. Think about that. The fact that we had to look up when they play. They should be promoting that shit today.
That's true.
Today.
No, that's true.
That's fair.
See, now when I use the Knicks, now y'all agree. Now y'all agree, right? Now y'all agree.
That's crazy.
That's fair, but I still think even the Chet and Wemby thing, I don't think the media did that because nobody was talking about Chet when Wemby was around, like when Wemby just got drafted. You know what I mean? Like,
that's not true.
Nobody was talking about Chet when Wemby.
No, they were
that's
talking.
my exact point. My exact point is like it to be effective, it don't have to be rooted in nothing real. Like
Yes, it does.
they literally just made up. They literally look. This is what happened. They literally just made up that these two players were comparable and don't like each other. And those two players literally bought into that lie, and now they
No.
really actually don't like each other.
No, I think Chet and Wemby. I think Chet looks at Wemby as like, I could be like him. Why are they talking about him? Right? And they were talking about him because he was better than Chet, and he's still
Let me
better
give you an
than Chet.
example. Let me give you an example. They asked Wemby about Chet. Why did they do that?
Because they have similar frames. They were both high draft picks.
But what were they hoping would happen?
That he was gonna talk shit.
And what did he do?
Talk shit.
This is what I'm talking about. That formula used to be uber prevalent. Uber prevalent.
So you think if the reporters had asked them about Chet, that they wouldn't?
He wouldn't
have-
just comment on Chet of his own volition for no reason.
But I don't think the comments that what I'm saying. Them.
I don't know if that's
matching up.
true. Wait. I don't know if that's true either because before.
Why would Wemby, for no unprovoked reason, for some
Before
just
the game,
one day
he was
pop
talking
up and just talk in an interview about Chet?
I don't think he
Before
has
the
to
game-
talk about Chet.
before
I
the
think
game,
when
he
they
was
go up
talking
against each other,
He was
that-
asked. I'm telling you, they asked him
I
that
know.
question.
I'm saying I don't think that was necessary because Chet and Wemby they match up on the court.
Y'all see this comment?
But Paul, you're not
Everybody's
telling me.
therapy. That's what's going
Paul,
on.
Lie to my face right now. Wait,
Therapizing the
Paul,
league.
Paul, lie to my face right now and tell me that you don't see the extra when those two play.
I'm saying though, I don't blame the media for that. I'm saying
It's not a blame. I congratulate the media for that.
That's good. You can congratulate them all you want, but the topic is about the intrigue in the game, and I'm saying the media plays a smaller part than you're talking about, in my opinion. I
So
think.
where did that spice come from? Because we agreed there's spice, right? Do we agree on that?
I'm
More
saying-
than just we're two good players spice. There's
No,
a personal
no,
spice there.
but they're two good players. They're in the same position. Hold on, wait.
We agree that there's a wait. I just want to make sure we agree. We agree that there's a personal spice there. Like there is a
Yes,
personal
But
problem.
I'm saying that's naturally going to happen when you have two good players that play in the same position that have similar frames, right? And one is clearly better than the other. I'm saying that is always going to happen.
I don't think that's
The media
true.
doesn't have to talk about that.
I don't think that's true.
I disagree. I think if you
Why
if
didn't
you
why
have
didn't why
competitive
didn't
spirit,
why didn't KD and Giannis have spice then?
that's not the they're different players, man. KD's they're different players. They're different style of players. They're not the same. What
Chet and Wemby don't play alike at all.
You said what?
Chet and Wemby don't play alike at all.
I don't know if
Chet and
that's true.
Wemby are literally ball handlers that
Chet is not a ball handler. Stop it.
Chet no, come on, man. You acting like Chet doesn't dribble the ball.
Wemby brings the ball up and shoots pull-up threes. You better stop.
That's a fact.
So wait,
You
Chet-
have to stop.
I've seen
You have
Chet
to
bring the
stop.
ball up. Hold on, I've seen Chet bring the ball. Come on, man.
Can you point me one highlight of Chet taking the inbound, dribbling up, and doing a hezzy pull-up three?
The only reason he doesn't do that is because he got Jalen Williams and Shane there.
I don't care about the
That
reason.
matter? No, it does matter. I'm saying they play similarly. They do. Come on. They do.
It's not a line for line. It's not a 1-for-1. But to say they don't have a similar game is crazy. They do.
Yeah, come on. No, they do. They absolutely do. Chet
When,
don't play like a
honestly,
big
I
line.
here's
don't
the difference.
Paul,
Wemby is an
I don't
unlocked
think-
version of Chet.
I don't think, even if I agree with you on all that,
Yeah.
that's not going to create personal spice unless they played against each other growing up as kids, like Jalen Green and Cade. Unless you have that kind of context,
Oh, that's another one. Yeah.
That's a fact.
but that happened because they grew up playing against each other. So you had the personal baked in, but they weren't just gonna beef because they were the same position. Cause
Part
that
of the
doesn't happen.
issue- No, see, part of the issue is that we talked about this on the podcast. These players don't match up with each other like that anymore. Chet and Wemby can't not match up with each other because of their size. They are going up against each other one-on-one on the court. So
I
that does
that
inherently
automatically
bring out-
turns into personal spice, bro.
It
No,
does,
it
but you
does.
don't
It
see it
does.
like that
It
because
does.
these
When you
players
get
are not
somebody that's
matching
going
up
at you-
one-on-one anymore.
when you get somebody that's going at you every night, I don't know how,
Yes.
like, whenever you play against each other, we see it on a nightly basis when we play 2K. Immediately someone gets you, say, let me get my get back. I don't
Yes.
know how that does. And Chet, by the way, people don't pay attention to it. Chet is a spicy player. He is vindictive. And so is Wemby, by the way. Wemby is mad vindictive.
Wait, so they're the only players in the entire NBA that are like similar, play the same position.
No,
And
but they're the
Matt-
only ones at higher caliber teams. They're number 1 and number 2 in the West, man. They're
We're
playing
talking about
the same
personal spice. We're talking about personal spice because that
But
wasn't
nobody
true.
said
comes
Cade,
into
you're not
it.
that
That
good.
comes
That's
in-
what I'm
if
trying
They
you're
to
not-
had
say. Play
personal
the ball,
spice since they got drafted. They were not the top teams when they were rookies, and they've had personal spice since they got drafted. So y'all stop throwing in this extra stuff.
Nobody cared. Nobody
goes in-
cared
it's
until
That's
building
not
up.
true.
Nah, it was people cared. It was a
People
narrative. It was a
cared.
narrative.
Well, who
Yeah,
cared?
it's
Casuals?
called the
I mean,
build-up.
the
Stop
casuals.
qualifying it. We have not said the word casual in this whole conversation, so don't
Why
do
not?
that. But that hasn't been part of this combo this whole time. So you're gonna try
Why?
to.
We're talking about narratives and hype. That all plays a part. When casuals know, that's when you know it's hyped up. Am I wrong?
No, he's right. I haven't heard one lie out of this man's mouth. He's absolutely right.
Alan, chime in here because I can tell you agree. Like chime in.
No,
here.
I agree with you because the thing is, it's like what they're saying is not wrong, but it has to be first like noted by the media. That's when
Someone has to notice.
the narrative. That's where it has to get the narrative is born. The media is necessary in that. You know what I mean? Like there's mad players. Like for example, if Chet and Wemby, they could have had a piece personal thing that could have been for one game. If the media didn't say anything and picked up on it and amplified that, that may not exist today. It might have been a thing where they just had a tough game against each other.
But what if
Fact.
we say that's against that? Because we agree with that.
But it sounds like you're saying the media.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I keep saying I don't know why y'all arguing because that's what we're saying. Like if the media don't pick it up and then create a narrative around that to run, which then influences the players to double down.
See, I think you got to make the media care. That's what I think. I don't think the media is picking.
They didn't do. Listen, the beef got picked up when they played their first game against each other in summer league. You cannot tell me that a summer league game is gonna make the media care. Stop it.
What do you mean? But nobody cares. But you act like people were talking about Chet and Wemby when the Spurs weren't good.
They
Like
They were. Wait a second. They
not
weren't.
like that. Not like that.
They
Nobody
were. Yes, they
cared.
No, they weren't.
You know, people care about
We're
Wemby.
talking about the way they talk
Bro,
about it
this is
today.
where the whole panel is disagreeing with you. This thing has been running for a long time.
In 3
No,
years.
it's been bubbling for a long time,
No.
but it hasn't been.
That's part of it. That's part of it. But
That's
bubbling is part of
that's
it.
what I'm asking for. I'm asking for the bubble up.
There are plenty of bubble ups, but to the
Name
point
them. Name them.
Chris. All right, we said Jay.
Crickets.
No, he's about to speak. We
Go
can't
ahead,
say
go ahead,
crickets
go
when
ahead.
he's speaking. What are you doing?
Right?
Hold on. Go ahead.
You said
I didn't hear that
Jalen
first
Green
one.
and Cade, you brought that up, right? Chet and Wemby. You got
Jalen Green and Cade. Okay,
Dylan
we got.
Brooks.
Hold on, I
Dylan
can't hear you.
Brooks.
Hold on. I can't hear you. Jalen
Okay.
Green and Cade.
Yes.
Okay.
You told Wemby and Chet already. You got Dylan Brooks and LeBron, right? That's been a beef from since you were
Which is part of my
give a
problem,
damn
but
about that
continue.
one.
Which is part of
Okay.
my problem, but continue.
You got Jalen Suggs and Jalen Brunson.
There's zero coverage of that.
Yeah.
Zero. There's no
But
coverage
I'm
of
trying
that.
to tell you that there is zero coverage of that for a reason.
And then we should be agreed. I want the media to pick up
No,
where
the
this
Magic
stuff.
need to make the media care about them.
Okay, so now we've come in a full circle again.
Yes.
Champion Wet did not make the media care about this because the media picked it up in a summer league game.
Nobody listen. Looking at two players in the summer league game is not the same as covering them during
Agreed,
the season.
but Paul, watch this. I understand that what happened at that moment is not what it is now. We're saying it got to what it is now because of the decision to pick it up and track it. They've been tracking it. They've been tracking it since that day. The thing with Suggs and Jalen has not been tracked or commented on once. So even if Orlando made it themselves a bigger factor, if they still don't talk about it, no one will care, like you said. But you have to.
I've seen media talk about Jalen Suggs and Jalen Brunson. I've seen it. Is it a lot of coverage on it? No. But I'm trying to tell. There's a reason because the Magic need to make the media care. That's like how the Spurs made the media
that doesn't
care.
dispute. But Paul, that doesn't dispute. You're acting like they didn't make when they picked that up in that summer league game. They didn't do anything in that summer league game to make the media care. The decision to pick them up was then. Now you saying it didn't get big till now is a fact, but you haven't debated me in the point that the media made a decision to pick it up in a game that didn't mean anything. So your argument that the players have to make it mean something to get picked up is false. Things get picked up when it does not matter.
The definition of picked up is an issue.
But even if I agree with you, Paul, because I might agree with you, the Magic needs to make like the media care. There's enough teams out there that the media should care about to pick up some things.
That's my larger point. Yes.
You could pick up some more narratives now. You good, Paul?
Yeah, keep going.
But yeah, like we were saying before, we got Anthony Edwards versus Nikola Jokic. They could have made that into a bigger spectacle than what it was, and that turned out to be like the best game of the night. You know what I mean? That could have been the rivalry. They played each other in playoffs multiple times. That should have been hyped up and propped up to see these two superstars going at it once again, and weren't turned into an amazing game because Ant would have came ready as he was. He would have came even more ready to like take that over and like show that he wanted to be the best against what y'all call the best player in the NBA. So the media has like that responsibility to do, and they just haven't been doing it. And it might be just an ESPN thing, like I said before, because they seem like they're just expecting like the Christmas Day views at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's not really a thing for them. They're just expecting the Christmas Day views, which they're going to get a lot of. But like to Pharaoh's point, they're just not doing what they used to do, and that takes away from the magic of the Christmas Day.
And Dre, I want to go to you just because you've got quiet recently, and I want to wrap up soon. Like I'm making a very specific point that I don't think is in contrast to what Paul is saying and what you were previously saying. I like everything I was saying about what the premium version of this could be is true. I think the thought that the media shouldn't have to pick up something unless it's in a context we should care about is false, because we have so many examples throughout all of history of the media making a thing out of something that was otherwise insignificant, and that turned into personal spice, which then made games compelling. And I think it's undebatable that they are not doing that as much right now. And I think that is why these big days lack storyline, because we don't have any little things, little bubbling spices to go on. To that, you say what?
Well, number one, it's a couple things. First, it's the death of journalism. But
I agree with that also. The fact that no one's paying attention to catch these things.
Correct. Because these aren't the things that they're paying attention to. And there's a whole bigger topic that I can go into. I don't know if this is the right medium for it. But I'll say this. I don't fully disagree with your take, because the media can come up with something and just make it run. You brought up great examples in the past. I think to Paul's point and to Paul's credit, there's more hype around it when it's something that's organically building and they're picking.
No one's debating that. That's a fact.
So there's no debate really to be had. I think the media these days, truthfully, the NBA media, and we've talked about it, it's in the entire intro song. They're just bad. It's just bad, honestly. And the thing is, this
used to be the only thing they did good, though. That's the funny thing. Like we've complained about the analysis for years, and it actually used to be a critique that they did too much soap opera shit. And I feel like there's actually been an overcorrection. Well, they now have zero value. They add nothing. They add nothing. They haven't upped their X and O, and they don't even do soap opera good anymore. So like, what are y'all even doing?
Can I be honest though? And this is a big problem. There's too many former NBA players in the media. No, I'm so sorry. There are a lot of guys that weren't in the spice. There were a lot of guys that
never clapped when no one.
No. You know what it is? It's not that there's too many. It's not that there's too many. There's not enough spicy guys.
That's exactly right.
When you hired Chuck and Shaq, what did you guarantee every night? Spice.
Yeah. There's not a lot of guys left that do that. There's a lot of guys.
You know what it is? The spicy guys all have podcasts, and the podcasts don't start beefs.
Yes.
Because I don't even need here's the thing. I don't even need traditional media to do it anymore. Right? KG and Paul on Certified. Go start a beef.
They could. They could.
God, that's a crazy statement.
Go start a beef.
No, but that goes to my point though.
Easy would be for KG and Paul Pierce, because that would do it. KG and Paul Pierce saying something about a player, I guarantee you the next game they're going crazy.
What did I say? what did I say though when I started this? I guarantee that there is a memo out there
Guarantee.
that certain kind of guys, certain kind of brands, certain kind of people, certain kind of voices, that's who we want officially representing and commentating on the NBA. Everybody else, they can be in a podcast, they can be in their little thing, they can be fast breaks, NBA. We don't care. But the guys that are officially representing us are a certain way. And guess what? They're bland. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Go look at the Peacock. I think it's Peacock that's got Blake Griffin, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, and John Wall up there. What the fuck are they going to tell it? Sorry, but what are they?
Bro, they do great basketball analysis. I'm not mad at that.
Great basketball analysis. Where is the spice coming? What these guys aren't traditional. They're nice guys. You're a real nice guy. I need somebody that's going to say something. I need somebody that's going to be out here. As much as people clown on Shaq, they're not giving you naturally basketball conversation. They're just chatting. That chat produces something. That chat produces something, man.
All I'm gonna say is you can't fool the people. That's what I'm gonna say.
Paul, it really frustrates me that you made this point because again, I've given you numerous BS beefs that worked. So your philosophy, they did. You're acting like we did. Those weren't some of the most tuned into games that had pointless, non-significant beefs to them.
That's Bruce Bowen and Kobe Bryant is not an insignificant beef because of who the Spurs were and who the Lakers were. Can't fool the people.
So Kobe and Bruce Bowen were the driving factors between the Spurs-Lakers matchup. Kobe and Bruce Bowen.
Bruce Bowen was a primary defender of Kobe Bryant.
I can't take him seriously when he does this. He's really gonna defend. He's really. Y'all hear what he's about to try to do? Wait, no. Do y'all hear what he's about to try to do?
What?
Bruce Bowen was the 7th most important person on that roster.
I said Bruce Bowen was a primary defender of Kobe Bryant. A primary defender. Am I wrong?
In terms of the significance of the matchup, if we're talking about the reality of it, how high of the priority list was Bruce Bowen?
If you have somebody that's a Kobe stopper and you're the Spurs trying to win the chip every year for a decade, you don't think that matters?
But where did the Kobe stopper thing come from?
What do you mean? Wait, so what? You're telling me
you think Bruce Bowen in the middle of the game started declaring himself the Kobe stopper?
Did Kobe Bryant not have some games where he struggled against Bruce Bowen in the regular season?
Where did the term Kobe stopper come from was my question. The fact that thank you in the comment, you're wild, you're gaslighting so hard right now.
No,
you're wild, bro.
But I'm consistent. My point is, you gotta make people care. Bruce Bowen could make people care because he was on the Spurs.
That's a fair point.
Thank you. So
that's
Tony
a fair
Allen.
point.
Tony,
that's a fair
what?
point.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Exactly my point. That's exactly my point.
Wait a second.
A Bruce Bowen can start a
Allen,
narrative. So this idea that it has to be 2 players in greatness is false.
Farrell. Wait, was Tony Allen and Kevin Durant not a significant matchup?
What do you mean by that? Like,
look at the comment. Look at this comment. I can't ask him because he's not on it right now. He's on the panel. So I'm gonna ask you.
Not in terms of like your paradigm of greatness.
If he's the
Tony
reason
Allen
why
and Kevin Durant weren't competing on the paths to greatness.
If you're the reason why you can't get past that team, that matters a lot.
Yeah, it matters, but it's different tiers. I think that's what we're going at here. We're talking
That's
about
what I'm saying,
tiers.
Paul. I'm saying you can pick up on anything like that. You keep making it like it has to be 2 of the biggest stars beefing. I'm saying find someone that gets spicy with a star and make a beef.
You can't just fight. He has to be on a contending team. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My point is consistent.
So wait, time out. Right, here we go. Watch this, and I'm gonna drop the mic on this. Are the Nuggets contenders?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are the Rockets contenders?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why shouldn't they make a Bruce Brown, Kevin Durant beef then?
Because he's not stopping Kevin Durant.
Did Bruce Bowen ever really stop Kobe?
But
say yes, and I'm gonna end the podcast abruptly. Say yes, and I'm clicking this off immediately.
Does anybody believe that the Rockets could beat the Nuggets? That's my whole
Yes.
point.
You see how you're
Yeah,
not answering the question? Hold on. You see how you're not answering the question? I got you on the ropes. I got you on the ropes. I got you on the ropes. Did Bruce Bowen ever stop Kobe? Answer the question. No. Just answer the question. You said no, right?
Yes.
So I ask you again, why can't they make a Bruce Brown Kevin Durant beef?
But why are we
The
acting like the
Nuggets-
Bruce Bowen beef was like the greatest thing ever? You brought
I'm
it
just bringing
up
up as an
the
example.
point.
It was a
It's not.
I'm just
That's
bringing it up
his
as an
point, though.
example. That was a full-fledged beef that they promoted and played on. It's just my example.
Yeah,
My
but
point is these individual matchups, you can't separate them from the team matchups. You cannot do it.
I hear
can't do
you.
it. And
Engage
the Nuggets,
with my example.
Hold on.
Engage with my
let me say
example.
this quick. The Nuggets, as great as the Rockets are, the Nuggets look like they are back, and them looking like they are back after winning a chip just not too long ago makes it so that nobody believes the Rockets could beat the Nuggets right now. I thought the Rockets were going to potentially get to the finals, but the way the Nuggets looking, nobody's talking about the Rockets anymore.
Played an incredibly
So that's why
close
they're
game
not
when they
talking
played. What are you
about
talking
Brown
about?
and Kevin Durant.
we talked about the Rockets this episode, Paul, before you got here.
They played an
Yeah,
incredibly close
that's
game
fine.
against the
We talk-
Nuggets.
We talk ball like on a full spectrum here. Like it's different.
No, but the Rockets, I don't know if it's like generally agreed upon that the Rockets have no chance against the Nuggets.
It's not
I think
agreed
right now,
upon. I
yeah.
think they definitely have a chance.
They definitely do.
I think right now nobody believes the Nuggets could beat the
You,
Nuggets.
two
and the
people
Thunder
just
are-
said we do.
You said what?
Two people
I
just
fully
said we
believe
do.
the Rockets have a shot. To
Yo,
take
I
it.
for sure do.
You two.
Yes.
You just said
Probably
nobody
Allen
10
too,
seconds ago.
honestly.
Okay.
You just said
all right,
nobody
we're gonna
10
get
seconds ago.
specific. Okay, all right, my fault. Most people do not believe.
I don't know if that's
Alan, do
true
you think the
either.
Rockets have a chance against the Nuggets?
A chance, yes. If you're wording
All right,
specifically
so
like
then we
that, a
got three out
I'm
of
chance.
gonna
four
word it
as a
specifically
sample
like
size.
that.
If you want to word it specifically, a
Like-
chance, yes. But I do not think
I
they're
can-
going to beat the Nuggets.
Enough that let me do it straight head on. Is the Tony Allen KD beef back in the day with the Thunder and the Grizzlies, would a Bruce Brown Nuggets Rockets beef be comparable?
Bruce Brown. No, it's not.
I'm asking Alan.
Wait, say it again.
The way they stoked a little tiny spicy beef with Tony Allen and Kevin Durant back when the Grizzlies were playing the Thunder.
The tiny beef.
Would them stoking a beef between Bruce Brown and the Nuggets Rockets like little paradigm be comparable?
Hell no. That wouldn't be comparable. Because when I don't even remember like the Tony Allen KD beef being
Tony
all that.
Allen was stopping KD low key.
He was, but I remember it being like a beef. You know what I mean?
That
Like, it
wasn't a big
like-
one. It's the one the comments brought up. I didn't even bring that one up. But he's saying the Bruce Brown one, he's saying that's not like prime enough to start a beef as much as that one
Nor
was.
is Bruce Brown effective enough either, but
Yeah, I don't think it's big enough to for like a thing. Like Bruce Brown, yeah, because what Paul's saying, like Bruce Brown is just not all that. He's not a stopper like that.
But you just said the Tony Allen one wasn't that big of a thing itself.
Yeah. So like, what's the
I'm
point you're trying to
saying
make?
that the example the chat brought up with the Tony Allen one, I think I agree. That was a little tiny thing. I'm saying if we are looking to the past for current examples, I'm saying a comparable little tiny thing they could have did to the level of the Tony Allen thing would be this Bruce Brown thing.
you can't fool people like that.
But
Tony
y'all
Allen-
just said the
for
Tony Allen
this-
thing
for-
wasn't even like that.
Yeah, he's what? He's what?
Listen,
But then you got to kind of look at why the Tony Allen and Kevin, because it's the same thing. The media didn't prop it up enough then, if that's the case. Or it could have been the personalities. Like KD was not trying to really beef like that. KD don't care about none of that.
This man,
So,
Kevin
like,
Durant, was
that's the
struggling
biggest
against
thing.
Oh,
Tony
matter of
Allen,
fact,
and he
I
lost
got
to the
an
Grizzlies.
easy one. I got an easy one. Pat Bev KD gave us one of the greatest KD quotes of all
Okay,
time.
that's a good one. That's a good
Gave
one.
us one of the
That's a
greatest
good one.
KD quotes of all time. Do you know who I am? I'm
Yeah,
Kevin Durant.
that's a
They
good one.
played that audio for 2.5
Mhm.
years.
Years.
that's
And what team was he on? Pat Bev?
Clippers.
I'm
he's on that team,
staying
actually.
in the realm of agreement of that with you, right? I'm saying even if we control, there's nothing. Even if we look at the top teams right now, Wemby Chet's the only thing we got going.
Because listen, man, listen.
Start little things. Little things go far. A little thing. Pat Bev wasn't even the primary defender on Kevin
But-
Durant. That
but
little
actually-
thing gave us content for 2 years.
But the Clippers
Yeah.
could. The Clippers
But
were tough.
really quick, that TA going back to the TA KD thing, that kind of goes to like what Farrah has been saying, because it wasn't as great as Tony Allen was a defender for that. Like you got two good players, you got two contending teams. The media still didn't prop it up for that. and it's damn near like a secondary thing on my mind. Like
People were talking about it a lot back then.
And we remember it, but that is my point.
Yeah, so that's still the point.
That's
No,
my
I'm saying
point.
the people, not the media.
The people.
The fans were talking about it a lot too, because let's not forget the Grizzlies beat the Thunder.
No.
The Grizzlies
I'm gonna give you the media
beat
quote.
the Thunder.
Do you want to remember how I
Say that
remember this?
again. The
Hold on, Paul.
Grizzlies beat the Thunder.
Paul, it was a media thing because you know why? What famous Tony Allen quote did we get out of that?
Tony Allen quote.
Yep.
Is that the first team?
Where did Pat Bev get this from?
All defense,
Where did
all
Pat
defense.
Bev get this
All
from?
defense.
Yeah.
The media picked that up. Tony Allen, first team. That's come on, y'all gotta
Tony
see
Allen could
deeper.
do that,
Y'all
and
gotta
he was
see
locking
deeper.
up, and his team could win. The Grizzlies could have won the chip that year.
Okay, I agree. Paul, I've already argued now in that paradigm, right? I'm saying even if we control for best teams, they're not doing Nathan. They're not even doing something to that level.
I mean, you got Chan Wemby.
I want more.
I think they should pick up on Cade and Brunson more.
We agreed on that.
We agree
Yeah,
on
they should do that more. Yeah,
But that's
And I think Allen was right. The Timberwolves Nuggets, that's a real thing. They gotta pay
real
attention.
hatred. That's real
I don't
hatred.
think people care enough about the Timberwolves, man. That's what
And I think when Ant did that to Shea, they should have picked that up and ran with that more. They should have did something with that.
Nobody believes in Ant. Nobody believes in Timberwolves. It's nice, it's entertaining, but nobody believes, and that's why. As entertaining as he is, nobody believes. That's why comedians are picking it up.
Nobody believes, but they've been Western Conference finalists for 2 years in a row and might likely do it a third time.
Yeah, and exactly, and nobody believes that they're gonna actually get to the finals.
Did anyone actually believe Memphis was going to get to the finals?
Yes, for a fact.
I'm
yes.
done. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Yeah.
You're a liar.
For a fact.
You're a
Yes,
liar.
what are you talking
In fact,
about?
I
You're
just
a
thought
liar.
the Green Grind
You're a liar.
Grizzlies.
No.
Y'all thought the
You're
Green
a
Grind
liar.
Grizzlies was going to be OKC that year? Y'all thought that was going to be.
You
We're talking
are
about
a liar.
Excuse me. We're talking about the 2012-2013 Grizzlies, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever the
I
Great
literally
Grind
saw a
season
clip
was.
this morning of people talking about that. It was between Rudy Gay and Dwayne Wade. Rudy Gay was like, yeah, we actually believed it, and other people thought about it. And
Yeah,
ESPN
Rudy
flipped it up.
Gay. Yeah, that
Rudy
makes sense.
Gay
Rudy
believed
Gay.
it. Sure.
Rudy Gay believed it, but
Hold
other
on.
people believed
The
it too.
Spurs, the Grizzlies.
Yo, you
OKC.
the Clippers.
You all are out of your mind
OKC.
if you
The
were going to sit
Clippers.
here
The
and do this
Clippers is another one.
revisionist history and tell me that general public truly believe that the Memphis Grizzlies might go to the finals.
They
Over
beat
the team that
Spurs
called
one
his
year.
name.
They beat the Thunder another year. Let's not act like that. Come on,
You're
man.
not whack.
It was like a toss.
I didn't say they were whack. I didn't say they were whack. But the Timberwolves aren't whack either, right? And
They
the
weren't
same
whack
way
at
you
all.
said no one actually believes they're going to get to the finals, even though they've been to 2 conference finals in a row. That Grizzlies team, did anyone actually think the Grizzlies are going?
Yes. Yes.
You're a filthy liar, and I'm done.
No,
for
I'm
this.
not. Come on.
You're a filthy
So
liar.
you wouldn't believe in the Grizzlies.
You're a filthy no. And I was a Western Conference fan, locked in every year. Not
That's
once did the
you.
Memphis ever put fear in my heart. Not
That's
once.
you. That's you. And you were a Lakers fan too. But back then, the Grizzlies, come on, man. The Grizzlies.
No one said they weren't nice. Nobody.
I know,
First it was the
I
Thunder
know.
in front of them.
I
First
know.
it was the Thunder in front of them,
They
and then
beat
it
the
was the
Thunder.
Warriors in front of them.
They
So
beat-
stop it.
Wait. The Warriors came after.
Same era of Memphis, though. You're talking 2013, 2014.
By 2014, it was a wrap for the Grizzlies. Nobody believed in the Grizzlies.
So a singular season you're describing then?
No, I'm talking about from like 2011. I'm talking about like two, 3 seasons.
You are out of your mind if you
They
think
beat the Spurs. They beat the Thunder. 2 teams that people thought were championship contenders.
And
they were
who did they
Western
lose
Conference
to? And who did they
Finals in
lose to each time?
2013.
Hold on. Wait, let's go through it. 2011. Who did they lose to?
You go back like 15 years now. Who did
2012. Who went to the? Just look at the finals. Who went to the finals from the West in 2011?
Dirt.
The Mavericks.
Who went,
But
to
they
the,
didn't
finals,
beat them.
who went to the finals in the West in 2012 and 2013?
Wait,
Thunder, then
2012. Okay, 2012.
Thunder,
they
then
lose to
Spurs.
Spurs.
Tell me
Oh,
right now, in
Spurs,
2012 and 2013, you genuinely thought Memphis might beat San Antonio.
2013, the Memphis Grizzlies were in the Western Conference Finals.
I know who got to the finals, the Spurs, right? My question was, tell me right now, look me in my face and tell me you genuinely believed that in either of those years, Memphis was going to beat San Antonio.
I think they had a chance. I don't think
Did you think they were going to?
no.
No. So stop lying. You did not think the Memphis Grizzlies were beating the San Antonio Spurs with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard, and Manu Ginobili.
Didn't
Stop.
they beat them in 2011? Didn't they beat them in 2011?
Yes.
Okay, so what are you talking about?
I think they had a chance.
They beat them in 2011.
I don't think that's true either.
I'm pretty sure they did.
I'll tell you right now.
2011, that just came up.
No, because you know what the conference finals were in
They went to the
2011?
semifinals.
Dallas Mavericks over the Thunder. They didn't even get to the conference finals in 11.
They got to the semifinals and they lost to the Thunder.
You are a liar. Yes, Nomad. Me and Nomad. This was the active part of our fandom in our childhood. We were watching these playoffs intently every day. Our teams were the contenders in these playoffs, and y'all trying to tell me nobody believed in Memphis, bro. Stop it.
The Grizzlies beat the Spurs in 2011.
In what round?
Paul, we know what happened. We talking about if you believe they was going to win it all going into the playoffs.
No, I didn't say win it all. Let's get to the finals.
Paul, I said 12 and 13 the Spurs. In 11, it would be different. 11, I didn't think they were going to beat the Thunder, and they didn't.
Right, but then they end up see, my point is this, right? They're beating
Yes,
the teams
they ended up getting to the conference finals the next year, and they ran to the Spurs, who I knew were going to beat them.
You say that again?
Yeah, okay, the next, you said, they lost to Thunder in 11, but they beat them in 12. True, but then they went to the conference finals against the Spurs, who I knew were going to beat them.
But they beat the Spurs just not too long ago.
I understand that, but it's a whole year difference, right? It's a whole year difference, right?
Well, I'm saying when you're in the mix like that, right? When you're in the mix
was
like
Kawhi Leonard who he was in 2011 versus who he was in 2012? No. So when they beat them in 11, I knew they were going to lose to the Thunder, which they did. The next year, they beat the Thunder because someone was hurt, if you recall. Someone on that OKC Big Three was hurt. So, yes, they beat the Thunder with a hurt superstar core. And then they ran into that version of the Spurs with Kawhi Leonard coming into his own. No, I did not think Memphis was beating the Spurs. No, not for a second. You're a liar.
No, you didn't believe the Grizzlies were like that. I know a lot of people that believe the Grizzlies had a chance, had a good chance. Now, I don't think anybody believes in the Timberwolves having a good chance right now to get to the finals. Nobody.
Yeah, but that's less to do with who they are, more of who the Thunder are.
Say that again?
I said that has less to do with who the Timberwolves are and more to do with who the Thunder are.
No, because I think a lot of people believe in the Rockets more than them and the Nuggets more than them.
I think people believe.
I think that's accurate.
I don't know if people believe more in the Rockets more than the Timberwolves.
For sure.
I'm telling you, people do not care about. That's why nobody cares about these.
Let's end this. I think I've made the point. The chat is in agreement. Dre's even come to agreement.
Wait, whoa, no, I haven't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
What did I agree to?
You agreed that there is material available for spicy beefs to be made.
Yeah, okay, that's true. I don't think Paul.
See, Dre just be wanting to make sure the panel is split. Whole time he be agreeing.
No, wait a second. I don't think Paul said anything against that.
Yes, he did. We just had an hour-long debate about it.
I don't think that was his point, though. His point was that the media
Why
doesn't.
Why are you always confused? Me and Paul be super clear on what we disagreeing about.
Because that's not what I heard. That's not what I heard.
Like I said, you be confused. I always try to tell you, Dre, you don't want to hear it. I always try to tell you, I said, Dre, you don't hear it right now, but you agree. And you're like, no. And then we get to the end of the debate and we actually lay out what the arguments were. And you be like, oh, that's not what I think. That's not every time without fail. Every time.
That's not what I think. But all right.
I hope y'all enjoyed this. Paul, thanks for tapping in from the motherland. Deuces, we out.
Tune in next week when the debate is who's the best 2K player here.
Don't do that. Wait, hold on. This is the last episode of the year.
It's the last episode of the year.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Flashback family, Happy New Year.
I need you to get in the comments and tell us who the Potter of the year is.
I gotta go. Let's clip it. Right. Light it up.
Peace, yo.
Right. Back with another one.
Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet.